Welcome back, brothers, to yet another episode of the Midday Show with your boy Oshay Duke Williams of www.themanmindset.com. I wasn't even going to do a show today because we didn't do one yesterday. Steve was like, man, let's eat, let's do a show. I said, oh, shit. Well, let's go ahead on and do it. So, guys, we're very, very glad to have you in with us. Please like the video as you're coming in. And for those of you watching the restream, get you some bologna and some Hennessy and a motherfucking Sprite and go ahead and listen. And so today, we got a great show planned for you. Before we get into the show, what's going on with you, Steve?
Man, I can't call it, man. How are you doing today, guys? Just chilling.
Okay, I see you got that pigeon on your damn
Not a
shoulder,
pigeon.
nigga.
Pigeon is Negan, dog.
Nigga,
Right.
okay. Okay, nigga sounds like nigga. But anyways, we have a topic today, guys. And shout out to a particular brother who was kind of hinting at us doing the show. And so today we're talking about this whole Jessie Williams piece. Now, obviously, you guys know that he was very, very avid about speaking up on the behalf of Black women and all of these things and stuff like that. And then his wife, Aryn Lee, I believe that's her name, divorced her to get with a very much more attractive white woman. And Jessie Williams has went down as far as Black women and their respect for him. He's spoken on Black issues before, but he's now dating a non-Black woman, from what I understand. And he's paying for it severely. Now, Steve, let me just kind of give over some things here about the situation with Jessie Williams. He was paying, like, I think at first $33,000 a month in child support or alimony, but now it's up to $50,000. Okay, up to $50,000 plus he needs to pay alimony, or actually her lawyer fees. Okay, and spousal support. So I guess we want to talk about this because it's not so much that we're doing the show about Jessie Williams, okay? But it's more so that you have a lot of these African American brothers or men out there who are gonna look at something like this and say, hey, this is a reason why I should never get married. This is a reason why I should go Mgtow. If Jessie Williams would have went Mgtow, if he would have never married her, he would have had all of his money. He could have still have been dating chicks and having all kind of women and everything like that. He would never have to get into the system. But this is what happens when you don't go Mgtow. So, because that's a pretty good argument here in this sector of YouTube or in the manosphere, I wanted to get your take on that in the situation as a married man for over 20 years. So, where do you want to start with this, Steve?
Oh, over 18, but not 2018. But well, I think for a lot of guys that are looking to get in relationship. Now, I always say this: if you're not looking to get married to anybody, you just fuck these women. You know, that's all they good. Just fuck them. But if you're looking at getting a relationship, there are things that you have to. There's some maintenance that you have to do yourself that Jessie didn't do, because what a lot of people think that this woman all of a sudden was acting like a bitch. Now they're divorced and now she's acting bitchy. She was like this all along. Jessie just let her bad behaviors. He just didn't even look at her bad behaviors and modify those things. So what you're seeing now has always been there, Oshay, and that's what a lot of guys don't see. She just all of a sudden one day just decided to get mad. She had this in her all the time. It's just that he allowed that shit to go on.
Okay, so let me kind of go back into this, okay? And shout out to my man Truth Teller 410. And I know you guys are waiting on that Black Flight show. I got an email from Jay Miller podcast show. So we're gonna try to do that at least tomorrow or Sunday. But I want to say this, Steve. This is very important what I'm about to say.
Yes.
Jessie Lee Williams married her when she was making a lot of money. Now, he wasn't. He was just a broke teacher. So what it looks like to me is, he's a guy that a lot of women consider, very, very attractive. She, on the other hand, is not. I mean, you look at her, she's fat. You can look at her, most dudes that work at like McDonald's or Ace Hardware or something like that wouldn't fuck her for the most part. And that's saying something. We're talking about black men here. Most black men are not looking at her like I'm gonna wipe her up. So she got this exceptionally attractive, handsome male, but she was footing the bill. So here's the thing. Now that he's making more money and she was helping taking care of his career, and now he wants to leave her for a better looking woman, which to me says to me that had he had the money the whole time, he would never fucked with her.
Never.
So we got to talk about this too, because there are a lot of brothers out there who may have certain attributes and certain looks that are marrying or dating women who have money and will actually go as far as to marry them or get into relationships so that these women can take care of them. Now, what do you feel about those kind of guys?
Well, I think as a man, you should always take care of yourself. You bring something to the table with the jobs and work that you're doing. But if you're looking for a woman to take care of you, then that's the first problem, because a man doesn't look to a woman to be taken care of. He doesn't let a woman take care of him. He is self-sufficient. He grinds, he works hard, he does these things. But you have a lot of guys out there that want to take the easy route and let a woman take care of him. I don't think, well, that's not being a man about your stuff. It's not having a work ethic or anything.
So let me kind of go back to this here. And guys, welcome to the show. We got to get back on this thing, right? Because the Mgtow people I know, and I'm putting you in a box real quick. I got to. Because you've had some disparaging things to say about Mgtow. I've had some things to say about Mgtow. Shout out to brother Benjamin Hector. Good to see you, fam. Thank you for the donation. Okay, what men are saying is fuck getting married or having kids. Yes. Because if you get married or have kids, this is what happens. So, Steve, when you hear a Mgtow person or somebody coming from that point of view and they point to this, how can you debate them on it?
Well, it's this simple. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, what these young men are doing is they're looking at the end result and they haven't even fucking got in the damn game. They look at a woman and automatically say, oh, I'm not going to marry her, or I'm not going to give her a baby, because if I give her a baby, the government's going to take blah, 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 blah. Okay. And they haven't even talked to the bitch. They haven't even approached. I don't mean to call her bitch. I'm sorry, guys. Sometimes it just
go ahead, say it. Go ahead, say it. Cool.
I didn't mean to say bitch. I mean, in 347,
you should get the bird. You should get the bird on your thing, huh?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna move. I'm gonna get Negan out the way. But I'm just saying. What I'm saying is this: is that the problem is with these guys is that they don't understand that you have. Now, again, I'm not saying end all be all, but what I'm saying is that you have to cultivate these women, and train them to your specifications, so you don't have to deal with the bullshit. Now, I'm not saying that once you get a woman pregnant, it can't flip on you. I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is this: is that I only tell guys to get married if they want a legacy and they want their name to continue, their bloodline to continue.
Okay.
That's when I say get a wife and have a kid for the bloodline. But if you don't want to, and which I don't understand, but if you don't want to have your last name, your bloodline going, don't get married. And when you're fucking these women, wear a rubber. It's that easy and that simple. But to sit there and automatically assume that just because I marry her or I have a baby, the government's going to take my shit. Well, what kind of fucking woman are you taking or dealing with in the first place?
Okay, let me kind of get to this, and guys, thank you for the super chats already. The Draco man, I think Williams needs to pay because he tried to pull some male hypergamy, but $50K a month is insanity. Okay, so we'll talk about the amounts here. I show my boy Marcus Brown. I see King Sequence, guys. Welcome to the chat, Kobe Brown, Anthony, not Bryant, but Brian Scott. Get the likes up on the video, guys. We're glad to see you guys here. Let me talk to you about this, Steve. I mean, here's the thing. I think that when the Mgtow people talk about this, mm-hmm. I can't say that because I'm in the middle. I'm not against marriage. I am a ghetto Christian in a way, right? So I believe that marriage will heal the Black community with fathers in the home. That I believe.
Yes. Yes.
As a true conservative, you cannot be a conservative, I feel. And I'm going to say this to those who are Mgtow, who are PUAs. You cannot be a real true conservative without marriage. And I'm not talking about like maybe marriage in the sense of maybe getting legally married. Right. I'm talking about without having relationships with the man and the woman and both of them raising the kids together, the man and them. You cannot do it. It's impossible.
Right.
I don't think you can be a conservative without hitting the family core first. So I believe in marriage. I believe, especially as a black man, that this will heal our community and bring great results. If we have especially more red pill dads and dads teaching their sons how to be simps and women honoring those men. But Steve, we also got to understand this too, is that any woman can go left. And see, this is what we don't want to address, because a woman is emotional.
Yes.
And we really got to deal with this, is that these guys, when they get married, they take a risk. They take a big risk. And the risk is that this can happen to them. It's just like, and this is a good, and the thing about this, the numbers prove that this is something that happens to men all the time. A lot of men lose their money. They lose their homes. They lose their families. And any woman can do this.
Oh, okay. Right. And I agree with you. But this again, you're absolutely right. But these guys are using this as a reason and an excuse not to walk up and approach women. We are looking, technically, if we're looking at mathematics, they're looking at calculus. And these motherfuckers haven't even counted from 1 to 10 yet. They're looking at a calculus situation, and they haven't even counted from 1 to 10 yet. They look at a woman and it said, well, you know what? I want to talk to her, but I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. You know what? If I did talk to her and I got her pregnant and I got her married, the government's going, man, fuck it. I'm going my own way. You see what I'm saying? It's a tactic, unfortunately, these young men are using to not talk to women. But here's the thing, Oshay. Mm-hmm. Just because you talk to the fucking woman doesn't mean that you're going to marry the motherfucker. Doesn't mean you're going to have kids by her. So why are you even thinking about shit that hasn't even happened yet? And if you don't want it to happen, what preventative maintenance are you doing? Because we know these women don't take accountability. Okay. We know these women don't take accountability for shit. We know. So if you know that, then number one, if you don't want to be married, why are you thinking about marriage? If you don't want kids, why aren't you using the preventative maintenance so you can still fuck without getting her pregnant? But like I said, they don't look at the little things. They try to look at that end result to use that as an excuse not to talk to women. Because when I see a woman, I ain't thinking about no kids or no fucking marriage. And she ain't even worth my motherfucking last name or my nutsack yet. I don't even know the bitch. So why the fuck am I thinking about something that's not even going to happen yet? I haven't even talked to her yet.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me just do this. Shout out to Coach 232 and Billy Jackson. You're a fool for the title of the show, a bird, nigga. Thank you so much, fam. And Ill Wills. He writes, Oshay, thanks for the new Negro immigrant video. I go hard. I need to go harder in the paint. I don't even watch TV. That video is true. Shout out to my boy Ill Wills out of New York, man. Thank you so much. And guys, when you're coming into the chat, like the video. But we gotta kind of get back to this, Steve. So let's excommunicate all of the guys who don't want to get married or don't want kids. So that would be a guy like shout out to Cupcake Larry. He says this super chat donation is my wife's allowance. We're talking about a guy like Marcus Brown in the chat. So we're gonna excommunicate those guys. Let's go to the guys like, and I believe JJ Redwood's married. Let's go to a guy like myself who possibly is not necessarily against it.
Okay.
Let's go about guys who do want marriages, who do want families, who do want to raise their kids. Okay. But these guys are not necessarily afraid to talk to women. Okay. Because not all the guys who want to get married, who have doubts about marriage, are not afraid to talk to women. So let's remove those guys. But we're still addressing a lot of guys in the community. And I'm talking about the community of black men or men in general, that wouldn't mind getting married or raising their kids. The problem is, Steve, that a lot of guys out there who are truck drivers, a lot of guys out there who are college graduates, went to some form of graduate school, have some kind of entrepreneurship. When they get married, they take a risk. Do you disagree?
Yes, they take a risk, but there are risks they take before that. See, you're right. They take that risk.
Okay.
But there are risks before that.
Okay, what are those risks before that?
They're okay. When you go into, this is what these guys do. They go from a meeting and dating a woman straight to a relationship, straight to moving her in, straight to engagement, straight to marriage. And like you say, that's where they decide, okay, well, it might be a risk type thing. What I'm saying is that I want you guys to be able to protect their investments. And I hope Marcus A. Brown calls into the fucking show because I want to know what the fuck he's talking about. But anyway, I gave you the number, Marcus. Call in. Anyway, so what I'm saying is this.
You've already cussed him out like many times before. Probably not calling.
I just want to call in and stand on what the fuck he's talking about. But what I'm saying is this, is that when you get in a relationship with a woman, okay, like say she gonna be my girl. What a lot of men don't do is they don't set a standard of what they expect of her from the get-go. They allow her bad behavior to go throughout the relationship. Okay. Then tail end when they ready to get rid of her because they know she wants shit from the beginning, but they allow that shit to go through. Then they want to complain that, oh man, she was a terror. Oh man, it's fucked up what she's doing to me. What I'm saying is that the risk that you take is not necessarily, I'll stop, Negan. It's not necessarily a risk at all. It's really knowing what you want and having a standard. That's what these guys don't do. They don't let these women know this is what I expect of you. This is how you're going to behave yourself. You're taking on my last name, so you are a representation of me. So if you cannot do this, then you're gone. And that training has to go all the way throughout the relationship and not just at the tail end. So yes, they take that risk, but I don't even see it as a risk, Oshay, because if she's not doing what you want to do early on, you either have her as fuck meat on the side, you get rid of her, or you fucking move the fuck on. You know?
Okay,
what I mean?
let me just make sure I get this right. What you're saying is, and this is a good, I can't argue this. I'm being very transparent on both sides. What you are saying is that these guys have not set the standard before marriage, and you have not taken her through the training steps before you give her the ring.
Yes.
Okay, so because of all of this, when they don't do this, and then you give her the ring without properly training her to the level of standard of training,
yes,
then you get hit with the divorce. And now, is it because she's unhappy in the marriage? I mean, what? I mean, in your reason, because you're your relationship coach. Why are these women leaving these men in the first place?
Several reasons. Okay. Number one, these men are not taking care of the household.
What do you mean when you say that?
Okay. There's a certain thing. See, again, we say, a lot of guys think just because they have the equipment of a man, they are men. They're not. A lot of guys, women need assertive, dominant individuals that are not only going to be able to take care of the household, but also provide things to that woman. And what I'm providing is a lot of men don't know how to make their woman feel safe. They don't marriage proof their marriages. They don't know how to take care of their wives. They don't know how to, I'm not saying you got to buy her a bunch of shit. There are things that women need that they want from a guy. And if they're not getting it from that guy, they're going to find it from somebody else. A lot of these guys don't know that. A lot of these guys don't know that, you know what? I don't have to seek your approval, because what a lot of these guys do when they get in relationships, they compromise. But anyway, I'm sorry, me got thing.
No. Let's continue that. That's fine.
A lot of these guys I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying is this is where the problem comes in at. A lot of these guys are not fucking their wives correctly. Now these guys are not making their wives feel sexy. They're not giving them the proper attention. Now, I know I sound like Derek Jackson here, but I know I'm not this. Hey, I'm just being honest. This ain't no Derek Jackson type shit. I just want to say that for the record. I'm just saying why they cheat, because I used to be a whore and a gigolo and I used to fuck married women. I'm just telling you how easy it is to fuck married and single women because they're not happy. They're happy with the security with the guy, but they know that's all he can offer them. And if that's all you have to offer her is a roof and food and a little bit of clothing, then she's going to go somewhere else. That's the honest truth. That's how it is. But the problem is that these women start to get bitter. Why? Because a lot of these guys give all these women all these falsehoods and hopes of trying to be something that they're not. And again, lying to the woman. I'm just saying that giving her a false sense of hope, giving her a sense that I got you, and it's gonna be you and I, da 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 da. Then all of a sudden, you ain't doing what you're supposed to do. You're not making sure the kids are taken care of. Because again, I'm not saying I think the women should be handling the kids and the cooking and all that other shit. Absolutely. But sometimes when she's not feeling well, you got to pick up the pieces. That's part of a marriage. It's part of a relationship. But a lot of guys don't know how to have those things. So these women get mad and bitter and they get mad and angry. Now, again, if you had the preventative maintenance in the front end, Oshay,
okay,
it wouldn't be no mad, bitter, and angry. It's either if you don't like this shit, take your motherfucking ass on. But they don't do that. Mm-hmm. They like just, hey, Oshay, you get it. Oh, hey, man, my girl mad at me, man. Shit. She made me sleep on the couch and shit. She's some kind of way. So, I want to make her mad. I'm sure somebody. I'm sure everybody in the chat room knows somebody that says that kind of stuff, right? Okay. So what I'm saying is that shouldn't even be a conversation, because what happens is not only do you have now, let me tell you why the divorce happens, because then she's got people in her ear, because the worst thing a woman can do to a man, a real man, is put your business out on the street. But when you're not a man, she's got to talk to somebody. So who does she go to? She goes to her single ass girlfriends who ain't shit. Number one. Number two, then she'll go find Oshay at work. Hey, Oshay, what's going on? Hey, how you doing, baby girl? I'm tricking and shit. How you doing? Like you normally.
You had to admit that I'm tricking this,
Right. And
okay.
Then Oshay, well, you going to lunch? Let's go to lunch. Okay. And then you be like, hey, what's going on with you? Well, I don't really want to talk about it. Such and such. What's wrong, baby? Talk to me. Well, he just ain't doing this and that. And then what do they do? Oh, baby, you know what, girl? Man, he just don't know how to handle, and then talk that yak in her ear. And then after a week or so, you fucking her. So it's a lot of things. Listen, marriage isn't just putting a ring on her finger and living happily ever after. You got to listen, it is managing not only your wife, your lifestyle, but everything that you have. You have to have your hand in every cookie jar, from the proper schooling to the education, how they're going to be raised, what religion, how you going to do Christmas, how you going to do school, how you going to do college, what are your plans? It's not just putting a ring on this woman's finger. But when you don't know these things, that's when they get pissed off and frustrated. But
let me just say this real quick. Shout out to King Sequence. If the bitch can't represent me better than myself, then she ain't shit. Levels to the game. Prenup, check them books. Okay, let's talk about that. You talk about pre-maintenance on the front end. Okay, let's say, for example, if for the argument, just for sake of argument, and guys coming into the chat, like the video. We only have 82 likes, 4 dislikes, and we have a lot of brothers watching. So brothers, go ahead and like the video, okay? And thank you guys for coming in here. But you talk about front end maintenance.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Most important.
I can't say that I don't disagree with. Let's say I buy whatever you're saying.
Yes.
Front end maintenance, that these guys don't do it.
Yes.
I'll buy that. But I gotta take the Mgtow approach here from their talking point, just to play the devil's advocate.
Okay.
Mgtow is all maintenance. Because what Mgtow says is, no matter if I don't do the front end maintenance on that or back end maintenance on that. Because see, Steve, I could buy your product, or I could take what I learned from you and just Mgtow to death. But the thing, until these laws are changed in the government as the way they are now, the fact is that the bitch can still go left. And see, that's the thing that you cannot account for. she could still go left.
Okay.
And this is and even if it might not be a very high thing, a high percentage thing, the fact is it could still happen. This is the reason why. Let me tell you this, Steve. You are a good. Would you consider yourself to be a good driver?
I'm a great driver. Fuck yeah.
When's the last time you had a car accident or been in one?
When I was going back to Maryland, I think 92.
92. Do you have car insurance?
Well, I gotta have car insurance. Yeah.
Why? I mean, but besides the fact that it's the law, why is it that you have car insurance? Because you haven't had an accident since 1992.
But in case I do have an accident, I'm covered.
Okay. We warming up here. We're warming up here. What Mgtow is saying, Steve, is even though they might get with a chick and she may or may not go left. Here's the thing. With Mgtow, you can never have a situation like this. You're covered regardless. See, because the thing that you're saying, it might be like, okay, you're getting in the car. As long as you're a good driver, you won't have an accident. And you haven't had an accident. But and even the thing about it is this, you can say prenups, you can still get fucking sued. And you know, prenups don't save you. That's what Mgtow was saying is that, hey, prenups are not guaranteed to a certain degree, and child support is on your ass. So what Mgtow is saying is that what we are is the insurance, and the insurance is we're not even gonna play the game.
Well, see, that's what, again, they don't. How can you play the game if you've never been in it? Let me explain something about child support first. Okay. See what fools don't understand, and again, they can go to my boy that goes to court and shows you how you don't have to pay child support. Again, remember, Oshay, there are things you know, there are things you don't know, and then there are things you don't even know you don't know. Okay. True. And for a lot of these young men, they're under this assumption that as soon as things fuck up, I got to pay child support. But what I'm trying to tell you is I know people that will show you how you don't have to pay child support. So the child support thing is thrown out the window right there. Because if I'm showing you somebody who can show you how you can go to court and fight for your kids, then technically we're gonna throw out the child support thing. If I can show you that, right? If I can show you that, right? Okay.
Well, I mean, I don't disagree with you, Steve, but I gotta be a hard ass today because we're taking the other talking point. The fact that I have to go to court and deal with this shit already turns me off.
Yes.
This is what they're gonna say. I mean, we got to address these talking points and you're making a good case for what you're saying, a lot better than I think anybody who's married could make. No doubt about that. But the issue is that American men, especially Black American men, going to court is a hassle. It is a tedious process, and the fact that you have to go to court with the laws as it is right now. Okay. Is the juice worth the squeeze?
No,
is it worth it being married to a woman who does get older, a woman who depreciates in value to a lot of guys? And I mean, this is what Mgtow is saying.
Absolutely. Here's the thing. Oshay. Again, if you don't want children,
okay,
if you don't want kids and you don't want to deal with the court system, what does that have to do with you meeting, talking, dating, or fucking a woman? Well, what is again, if you don't want to do it, you have to do the preventative maintenance so you don't get tied up. But a lot of these guys, when they get a piece of pussy for the first time, they get all caught up in that shit. And when she's like, I'm on my period, or I'm taking my pills, or I can't have kids, or just do the pull-out method and all these other, and these guys would be like, oh, well, okay. And then all of a sudden she end up pregnant. Then who we looking at?
Okay.
Again, remember, I'm telling you guys, women do not take accountability for their bodies. They don't do it. I'm telling you that right now. They do not do it. They will never, ever, ever do it. No matter if you're fucking them, no matter if you're married to them, it doesn't matter, Oshay. Now that you know that they will not take accountability for their bodies when it comes to having kids, what do you do now? Do you just not fuck them and be asexual? Or do you fuck them and protect yourself? Protect your body. That's what I'm saying, Oshay. I'm not saying, listen, I'm not telling you, I'm not telling you guys to get married.
Okay.
I'm just saying if you're arrogant enough or you conceited and you want your bloodline going, do it the right way. I'm fucking an atheist and I'm telling you to do it the fucking right way.
Okay.
Marry her, get a kid your name, and try to raise that motherfucking kid.
Okay.
But don't stop having these kids out of wedlock. That's all I'm saying. But no fuck. But you don't have to be married, Oshay. You could be with a woman and you don't have to get her pregnant. So where's the argument of the child support system? If you don't want to get her pregnant, then what the fuck are you worried about then? What are you worried about?
Well, let me just shout out to my boy Eric Robinson out of Illinois, truck driver. Happy Friday, guys. Don't get married if you don't know what the hell you're doing. I fucked up too. He has a great story about how he bought remember he called in one day talking about his wife wanted to buy a motorcycle. She said, if you buy it, I'm leaving you. He didn't buy it. She left anyway. So shout out to Eric, man. Eric, why don't you call in, man, and tell the brothers about that particular story? We have 287 people watching. I know this is Friday. So guys, do me a break, like my boy Simple to P say, break your motherfucking self for these likes, okay? We need you brothers to like the video and get these motherfucking likes up. Y'all know how we do over here. Call into the show. The number is 646 what the fuck is the number?
646-668-2519.
All right, yeah, 646-668-2519. Okay, but Steve, let's kind of get back to this thing, okay?
Yes.
All right. Here's my problem with Mgtow.
Okay.
My problem with Mgtow is I'm not against what they're trying to say, because I also feel that a lot of men need to stop helping women, period, which is definitely what Mgtow preaches. So I'm not against that portion of it.
Okay.
The problem I have with Mgtow is the lack of unity, because you have like Mgtow guys who are like almost like pickup coaches. You have Mgtow guys who are like don't even fuck with women at all. And I think it messes up the Mgtow community because it's easy to like stereotype them. So because there's no real unity in the community and you have like all these kind of inner beefs that are going on and shit like that, it makes it very difficult. And I think also the problem with Mgtow is their inability to try to legally change laws on their behalf. And I think this is the problem that I have with a lot of guys who want to complain about why the laws are what they are. And for somebody who asks for the number is 646-668-2519, press 1.
Yeah, more feminine. There's feminine emotions there. See, again, problem. See, it's easy to, like you say, it's one thing to bitch about shit.
Okay.
It's another thing to do something about it. And all they do is bitch about shit. They're not doing anything about it. But what you're doing is you're taking a young man whose nature is to hunt, whose nature is to fuck. That's what we're here to do. Fuck and hunt. You turn off the lights, pull out the electricity. That is what we're here to do. But what these guys are doing is they are taking these young men and turning them and going against nature and making them more asexual. They're not gay, because asexual isn't gay. Okay. Asexual is not having any type of sexual attraction to a woman. They are telling these guys or scaring them into don't mess with women because you will lose all your shit type bullshit.
I think that's maybe some of them. I don't think that's all of them. I've heard so with that statement, I've heard very small guys say that. But there are a lot of Mgtow guys are into still fucking women and having sex with them under certain circumstances. So I can't say that to be. I can't say that to be
like Marcus A. Brown. You could tell he a bitch. Excuse me, I didn't mean to stop the show. Let me tell you something, Marcus. If you got something to say, all that typing you do, why don't you stand up and be a fucking man and just call in? Because only a bitch is going to type.
Steve, we're not going to go there right now because you guys have done that all the time and before, and we're not going to do that right now. Let's not. I
just talk
the moderator, and so it's all right. So you guys chill because this shit been going on for like 6-7 months. So all
right, let's go ahead.
All right, let's just ask my boy too. So you my boy is my boy. So you niggas chill. So let's get back to the thing. Let's get to the topic. The topic is this.
Yes.
the point that Mgtow, they make strong points against feminists.
Yes.
They make strong points against feminists.
Yes.
And feminism. The thing that I think that Mgtow doesn't have, number one, is a lack of organization, and feminism attacks the laws. They do it with their money. They don't always agree, and they do it with the Democratic vote. I mean, this is where feminists win. Feminists win by uniting under Democratic campaigns, and they create things that are sympathetic to their needs and their desires. That is something that I don't see Mgtow doing. And Marcus, chill. He's chilling, you chill. Let's start the show. Marcus, let's chill, bro. You my boy. You know I love you like a play cousin, but we can't be you're moderator now. Let's go ahead and get with the show. Here's the thing. Feminists, they influence the NFL because you have breast cancer ribbon week and all this shit.
Yes.
You have all of these things that feminists do. They're sympathetic to. They get companies that are influencers to be sympathetic to their needs. The problem to Mgtow is while their message is great, I feel in a certain extent, because I don't think that the guys in Mgtow are against women having kids or starting families. Mgtow is against the laws, and until the laws are changed that benefit men, they're against it. But what the problem is that I hear guys say that's men rights activists' faults. No, Mgtow, if they have a problem with feminists getting on YouTube or getting on forums and talking about it, I think these guys are smart enough to really make a hedgeway and try to influence people with their message. I don't think you should separate Mgtow from men rights activists. I think they should both be in the same lane. They're a part of the manosphere. So the problem with guys that are in Mgtow is with no push towards the policies that change. They're still going to be in the same situation, and the women are going to keep being able to do these things to men. And you can't just set up a YouTube channel and complain about it, or you can't just set up a blog and complain about it. This takes action that you need to win in the courts. That takes money and organization. And Mgtow is from what I see, there's too many factions of it for it to be a real push for them to really be powerful in the manosphere like they need to be. And they have a dynamite message to a certain degree, Steve. I don't disagree with everything that they're saying. Yeah. I think that what they're saying is a dynamite message when it comes to feminism as to what it is out here. It's a great message. The lack of political drive, the lack of funding, they have great content creators, and the lack and so much broken parts of it with different factions. It makes it where these guys can't attack it, in my opinion.
Yeah, but Marcus, you got one more. You told you to stop. You got one more, dog. Anyway, but let me get back to what I was saying. So what I'm saying here, Oshay, is that you don't need, okay, you're right about the courts. You're absolutely right. You got something in the queue, but you're absolutely right about the courts, okay? But there's always ways to go around this stuff. Yes, the laws are for the women. We agree on that. Let me tell you something. They're not going to change. Matter of fact, they're going to get worse.
Why do you say they're going to get worse?
Because the more single mothers that are dominating these young men, and the more these young men have this effeminate behavior, okay, the more they're going to side with the women. It's getting worse. It's not going to get better. It's going to keep getting worse. They'll keep doing things. Women, it's a losing cause. Women are already have dominated, just like the gay community. The gay community blew by everything, where you can't say anything, it's the same thing. They were organized. They had their shit together. It is what it is. But with that being said, Oshay, I've always said three things. There are only three laws that you got to follow as a man.
Okay.
The law of your job, the law of the land, and the law of your of the road. That's it. Just because these women are acting, remember, Oshay, just because she's acting that way to him doesn't mean she's going to act that way to me. And that's where they go wrong in all this. They automatically assume that just because she treating him like a punk bitch, that she can come do that to me. And that's not the case. But what they're doing is they're generalizing. We know the laws are for the women. We know the laws are for these unaccountable women who don't take accountability for them. We know this. Now that you know this, now that you know that you can get all your shit taken, okay, don't get married, don't have kids, but not even mess with women, not even talk to women, not even try to fuck women. That's where shit gets a little shaky here, because if you know what you know, why is that stopping you from even talking to a woman? Because if you don't want those things, you don't have to have those things, Oshay.
So here's what I want to say, and I agree with what you're saying, but to be honest, I got to be fair to Mgtow.
Yes.
I think there's very few Mgtows that are against talking to women or fucking women. I don't think that's the case now. It might have been in the early stages, but as I'm seeing more people join and put their spin on Mgtow, and that's one thing I kind of disagree with some of the newer content creators. Mgtow used to be very it at least started out with a lot of men having some discipline now, but you have your newer content creators who are joining Mgtow, and I think that some of the newer Mgtow creators are not adding to the original message that I first heard from some of the Sandmans and some of the other guys. You have your newer creators who are kind of tarnishing some of the message that they're saying and kind of making it to what it is, and which I really don't think that Mgtow are against dating, and that's kind of maybe how it was maybe at first, but now it's changing to there's some forms of elements of PUA that I'm hearing in Mgtow from some of the new creators, and I think that's actually bad for their movement. But let me just shout out my big bro Daniel Simmons. I was supposed to get an interview with him, but he's too much being a player. I ain't gonna tell him what you was doing though. Great game and balance. It's important to have a legacy to pass forward for those who have a long-term plan. If you don't have a lineage legacy mindset, start fucking up or stop fucking down with broke hoes. Protect yourself. Okay, we're gonna talk about that because see, Steve, let me talk about this.
Okay.
Daniel, shout out to Dr. Charles Merchant in the building. Daniel is a case in point of how to beat the entire system.
Yes.
He's been on child support before, right?
Yes.
What Daniel has done, Daniel has 4 wives, not one, not 2,
right?
4.
Okay,
but obviously, I think the 3 of them are in Ghana.
Okay.
Now, here's the thing that you gotta understand about this particular brother. He has, I'm not sure right now, but he is working in America and he sends money back to the businesses and make sure that, because they have like rice businesses and he's building an actual resort right now. So he's like, look, I'm not going to marry no more American bitches. I'm going to do my shit over there. Now, I got a lot of respect for that because he's always there. He has like several things jumping. So let's talk about like this idea and we'll get to the call, Steve, real quick. What's your take on brothers maybe, all right, I'm not going to get married over here, but I'm going to have like 37,000 wives in Kenya, like full circle. Shout out to you, Rose Scholar. What do you think about that?
Well, if you want to do that, you can, but that's what I understand. Okay, well, you're saying that, wait, now can we agree that their motto is going your own way? Can we agree on that?
Men going their own way. That is their motto, yes.
Where the fuck are you going then? Where are you going?
I don't know.
Everything that you're saying that you're doing, man, the only difference between men and Mgtow, well, really there's a bunch of differences, but you never see a man put fucking MT, their fucking acronyms, whatever that shit is, that abbreviation behind their name. What fucking man do you know is going, do I walk up to a woman and say, how you doing? My name is Steve Mgtow. How you doing? How you doing? My name is Steve. How you doing, girl? My name is Steve Mgtow. Really? But see, this is what I'm saying. See, the problem is, and I'm sorry, I'm going off.
No. It's a controversy. I set this show up on purpose, being an asshole, Steve. So I knew it was gonna be controversial.
Asshole. What I'm saying is, and it's gonna go back to Africa, is to get these women and stuff like that. That goes against men. Look, you said wives. He's got wives.
Right.
I'm not saying. Listen.
4, Steve. 4. I listen.
So then,
I talk to this dude every fucking day. Like the dude got tactics out the ass. I'm trying to get him on to the damn show to do an interview. It's gonna blow you niggas' minds. The shit he tells you, I'm telling you, it's on nigga on another level. But go ahead, Steve.
But these Mgtows can't get a woman. How can they get wives if they can't get a woman? Because if you are a man You don't need to go your own way. You don't need to have Mgtow on your last name and shit because you stand on you see, your last name, Oshay, is who you are and who you should be defined as a man. And if you can't stand on your last name, then you think a woman's gonna respect you? And they've never look. It's funny. Before the internet, I never met a Mgtow before in my life until we hit the internet because that's the new thing. It's the new fad of these emotional little young boys that don't have any man guidance. I work. I want my own job. I do work. And motherfucker, that's what you're supposed to do. What? Am I supposed to give you a bozo button because you wake up every morning and you work and you have a job? Nigga, that's what you're supposed to do. But like you said, your boy who has 4 wives in another country, well, why isn't he Mgtow? Why? Matter of fact, not 1, not 2. He's got 4 wives.
4.
How is it that he has 4 wives? Is he having any problems and issues with those 4 wives, Oshay?
And I'm pretty sure you don't mind me saying this. And currently and adding more.
Wait a second. This goes against Mgtow then because apparently he should be, all of his shit should be taken. His kids should be going to court. The women are going to stomp all over them. So something is not right here. Somebody's lying to somebody, Oshay. Because
well, I mean, he is doing a lot of his stuff in Ghana when it comes to some of that. So the laws are a lot different in Ghana than they are in America.
And that's fine. But guess what? There's a loophole. If you want a wife, get one out of the country and do what this man's doing. So then, if that's the case, then how can you be Mgtow if there's the key to this, Oshay, and we got 7 callers, I'm sorry, is solutions. They are, you can't be a man and not be solution based because only women complain. Only women bitch and don't do things about it. And these guys are not giving solutions. There you have a solution right there. 2 solutions. If you don't want kids, don't fuck without rubbers. Protect your body. And if you want to marry a woman, marry a bitch out of the fucking country. So boom. Why is there Mgtow then? Look, we solved Mgtow in fucking 2 seconds. So why do you need to go your own way now?
Okay, let me do this real quick. So good points. Again, shout out to Daniel Simmons, man. I gotta get him on, man. I've been trying to get him on. He's very busy. Brother's always making money, stuff like that. But when we get him on, man, I'm pretty sure you're gonna be shocked because I'll be shocked when he be telling me this shit all the time. So I want to also give a shout out to Mr. Silverian, Collard Green Fund at work. Good to see you, bro. I see North Star Bright in the building, Blue Marvel. Never seen you before, but shout out to you, Marcus Love. Shout out to you, guys. Let me do this real quick because we want this to be not a bash Mgtow show. This is not what this is about.
Solution. I'm sorry. I want to say
no. You're not. I don't think you're bashing them. I don't think it's about. You just tell how you feel.
No, I'm not trying.
I don't want people to think that this is not. It's about help. This show is about helping all men, right? I have my criticisms of Mgtow for their lack of political ambition, because I heard one guy say this. Well, it's MRA's job to fight the laws. That's the problem with men. Okay, that's the problem with men. If you feel the laws are against you, whether you're a Mgtow or a PUA, every man needs to be in this together. If you feel that the laws are against men, this is where men got to put the bullshit aside, right? I feel that to me personally, if I'm a part of Mgtow, I can't say I can't get politically involved in what I believe that is against me. Everybody who feels that something that's politically against them, they get involved in it. And for I think Mgtow to say, "Oh, that's men right activists, MRA's jobs," I think this is something that, especially you black men out there, this is our problem. We leave our intellectual and Mgtow got some smart guys, so I can't say they're intellectually lazy. I don't feel that about them because I've heard there's some excellent content creators, some very bright guys. Here's the problem with a lot of you black men: you do not get involved. I made a video today. I'm damn near about to cry at the end of the video. I was so fucking mad. I just said I'm out. When I was talking about the super Negro immigrants, I'm so tired of you niggas sitting around letting other people come in, put in the work, getting shit that you should be getting because you want to be lazy on it and don't want to activate what you can do. You don't want to take what's your right to do. And then you want to complain that the Nigerian immigrant is beating you, the Ghanaian immigrant is beating you. Well, nigga, you're not doing shit. What the fuck do you expect? And, you know, that's the problem with you black men out there. You have the same problem I think Mgtow has, is you guys are not active enough. You don't stand up for yourself enough. And this is the problem. You make good points about it. Oh, black women are doing this. The system is doing that. You're right about making fucking points, but you do not get out there and politically unite and say, look, we're not going to take this as a group. You know, we're not going to take this as a group. And this is why so many people, like, let's say Donald Trump or the Democrats, when they come to your community, they don't want to talk to you. They say, take me to the black women. Because at least the black women going to come out and vote. The black women going to support with their money. You niggas don't do that shit. And I got to say, Mgtow is very similar in my opinion. I could be wrong, but it's up to every man who feels the system. Get out there and fight. Politically change the laws. You got to get out there and put your money up against your candidates and fight for your rights. That's what black men don't do, and I don't think that's what Mgtow is doing. But Steve, go ahead and take the call, man, because I gotta go piss like a motherfucker because this is goddamn coffee.
515-60. Sorry, I gave you our number. 646-668-2519 is the number. We'll bring y'all in. Let me bring in 347. Then
and after that, we're gonna take Doug's question.
Okay. 347. Did you have a question, comment, sir? What's up?
Hey, what's up, Steve? What's up, Oshay? It's Jay from New York. How you doing?
What's good with you?
I'm fine. Yeah, I'd just like to bring my comment and everything. Steve, you bring everything, you know what I'm saying, on point. Because my whole thing with Mgtow and everything, I could emphasize how they feel. But my whole thing is, what is the end game of their organization? What is the whole end game? That's my whole thing. And there's no real, that's just like Oshay said, there's no real unity when nobody ain't bringing their money. They want something else to change. They got to come together and, you know, fight against these officials. You know, bring your money up and fight against these officials of what's going on. But just like in situations like, you know, see, my whole thing with this Jessie situation, right? All right, he cheated on his wife. That's number one. That's his fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Because if you didn't want to get married in the first place, why are you gonna marry a woman and then all of a sudden cheat on her? You know what I'm saying? And then this shit happens. So, you know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? You should always be content with yourself. If you want to be in an open relationship, be honest. So you don't have to voice situations like this. There's also celebrities out there or rich people that's in open relationships. I think Cardi B just admitted that her fiance is in an open relationship with her because she said it herself. I don't care about her, if my fiance go out and cheat. Well, I'm gonna move on for another dude to cheat on me. So I might as well be with this dude. You know what I'm saying? And I think I hear Will and Jada think a slip on an open relationship. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta be real with yourself. And you know what? You know, I think some of those Mgtow dudes out there that, you know, they compare themselves to other men that's been in a worse situation than they do. You know what I'm saying? I've been through breakups and mess up with females also too, but it's not as severe as situations like this. And I still have a chance. I want to learn. That's why I go to men like you, Steve, to learn. You know, so to better myself. So I could definitely avoid situations like this, like with Jessie going through.
Hey, well, you know what?
You know what I'm saying?
And the thing, what they understand, I mean, the thing they understand is that we love those guys. We again, any guy that doesn't want to talk to women, we love those guys because it's more for us. Hey, y'all do what y'all want to do. We're not mad at Mgtow. I love those guys. I love a guy that doesn't try to get any pussy. Hey, that's my day. You my boy. Because I have no problem fucking the woman that you don't want to go after. So that's what I'm saying. Let them, hey, listen, they do what they want to do. Only the problem I have is that we have too many young boys out there who don't have any direction, that feel that get scared into going into this thing of going their own way. But like you said, where the fuck are you going? Where are you going?
Exactly.
Have you got there? Wait, how many years has it been? Have you got there yet? Have you got to where you're going?
Nope.
Or are you continuously walking like a dog chasing his tail, saying I'm going my own way? Well, when you get there, let us know when you get there, because that's what a lot of these guys. That's what I don't understand. But again, the thing about
and here's another thing. Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah, here's another thing. When you do get there, what's the next step? What happens next?
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. A lot of these guys don't know how to talk to women, right? So it's easy to make up an excuse. It's easy because it's in your nature as a man to want to get women. That's what it doesn't make any sense to me how you become asexual, how you want to make everything about. I don't even understand. I look, I love them. That's all I can say is I love them 347. I appreciate them. I appreciate them because it's funny that you all the stuff they're saying men do, but you never see a man use that fucking ass in men going their own way shit because a man stands on his last name. A man stands on his last name.
Exactly.
A man doesn't hide behind MTG. He doesn't do that shit. What you see is what you get. And if you don't like it, fuck you. But they can't do that to women because they don't know how. But again, they want to look.
And no, the crazy thing about it. But I'm sorry, And another crazy thing about it is with them is there's some females that will agree with men out there that we have no matter being attacked, and they attack them also too. You attacking females that agreeing with y'all, that's fighting with y'all, and y'all still want to attack them.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on, all this attacking going on. Like, come on, you don't even know who your allies is at the end. Like, damn.
Exactly. So all I'm saying is let them do their thing. Because if we just gave them 2 solutions, and that should end Mgtow right there. If you want a wife, get one out of the country. If you don't want to worry about the child support system, don't have kids. So now what? Is Mgtow over now? Can y'all come back now instead of going on your way? If we could solve that in 2 seconds, where's the problem now? What's the problem if we just gave you a solution? And if you don't want to get married, you don't have to get married. Damn, that's a 3rd solution. So I hope a Mgtow guy calls in and helps me because we just gave you 3 solutions. How long has that shit been going on? For how many years has Mgtow been going on? Years, right? Years of the same thing, going their own way. So they still walking their own way. We just gave you 3 solutions. So why are you Mgtow now? You shouldn't. Then you should hopefully come back home and be on your own man and stand on your own principles. But a lot of these boys have been raised by mom.
Okay, Steve, let me real quick. Thanks for calling for calling in. Let me clear the air because I don't want to be accused of assuming what Mgtow is about. So let's just do this real quick. According to Wikipedia, I want to be fair and transparent on both sides. According to Wikipedia, Mgtow, men going their own way, is a mostly how do you say that? Pseudonymous, whatever. I don't know. Online community. That's the pseudonymous. I don't even know. Fuck that word. Supported by websites and social media presences, cautioning men against serious romantic relationships with women, especially marriage. Community is a part of what is broadly termed the manosphere. So, okay, let's look at their beliefs. Mgtow uses the word gynocentric to describe conditions that favor women to the detriment of men and are opposed to such circumstances. Okay, that's fair, right? Mgtow believed that there is systemic gynocentric bias against men, including double standards in gender roles, bias against men in family courts, lack of concern for men falsely accused of rape, and lack of consequences for their accusers. Let's stop right there. So, Steve, we gotta point out that the basis of Mgtow, and I think the reason why is some people might say, well, Steve doesn't have an understanding of what Mgtow is. This is what I want to say. Now, I'm reading the definition as to what I'm saying. The reason why maybe Steve may have a different definition of what Mgtow is because you have so many fucking content creators that don't know what Mgtow is joining Mgtow. Mgtow will allow anybody to create content for them that will attach the name Mgtow. And these guys do not know what the movement is about. So they'll come on, make up a YouTube channel and attach Mgtow to their name, and they'll say Mgtow and just start uploading videos. So really, when people misjudge Mgtow and you get upset, well, that's not Mgtow is all about. Then you have to blame the fact that you have content creators that you allow to be a part of your movement that fuck your game up. See, you got a lot of niggas on YouTube that's coming up in the last year that are not really Mgtow, have not been there, and they have fucked up what the movement stands for. So let's be clear. This is what Mgtow is supposed to be about, Steve, not what some of these other guys are doing. But it should be, okay, it should be about systemic gynocentric bias against men, including double standards, bias from in family courts, and men getting falsely accused of rape. And then when those women have found out that they have actually lied, nothing happens to them. Okay. So this is what Mgtow is supposed to be about. And in this particular instance, Steve, I don't see anything wrong with what they're saying here. Okay. Let me go to what they're saying. According to columnist Martin Dodney, members of the Mgtow community believe that legal and romantic entanglements with women fail a cost-benefit analysis and risk-benefit analysis.
Go.
Okay. And now, Jeremy Nicholson similarly described Mgtow as guys. Now, this is somebody who's looking outside in like yourself. Describe Mgtow as guys who have been frustrated and punished to the point that they see no further incentive to relate in dating. They focus on making themselves happy. Okay, so let's talk about this real quick, Steve. Can we say, is there a bias against men? Let's say, is there a bias against men in family courts? Let me ask you that. Do you think that men in family courts, there's a bias against them?
In some situations, yes. I can't say all, but yes. Can't be genetic. Because remember, I know someone that helps guys with.
But overall, do you feel that the court system is more for women than for men? That's the question.
Okay, the court system, yes, I can say that. Yes, it is.
Do you feel that there is men that are falsely accused of rape?
Yes.
Do you feel that women who accuse these men of rape, nothing happens to them?
Absolutely.
Okay. So if a man tells you he's Mgtow based off of those principles, what would you say to him?
Same thing I say before. I'm a broken record. Okay. Again, you got it. See, you can't. Okay, we can say the falsely accusing of rape, but we got to look at the first domino, because we know a lot of guys are dishonest and try to lie to women and try to get them in bed. So when some women do lie, and it's fucked up. But again, a lot of men ain't honest on one end. So when women make them fucking ass accusations, again, we can't look at everything as a whole, because we got to look at every situation of what happened. Now, if it's a guy that met a woman, they got together and he didn't want to be with her, she got mad at him and accused him for rape, then that's a fucked up situation. But what if on the other flip side, you got these thirsty ass motherfuckers trying to come up with shit to get these women in bed, deceiving them, and then getting them in bed, and then making them feel like stupid, like assholes and shit. Then they want to get some get back. So it's a different scenario, man. It's not all, it can't be all one thing. There are different scenarios. We got to look at every case by case basis. But regardless of case by case basis, yes, the women can accuse you, and yes, it is fucked up that they can accuse you and you are guilty till proven innocent. I do agree on that, man.
Okay, let's do this, guys. Get the likes up real quick. And for you brothers that are donating, man, I'll read your key sequences. Mgtow, McChicken, these guys sound like they're scared of life. They sound like Kent YouTube channel. Shout out to Kent. I will say this, brothers. The comic has been completed. So for those of you brothers who want to see Dr. Action versus Olu and the Drug Lords, it will be ready in the next 2 days. It has been done. It's been complete. We're working on the cover. I just want to thank you guys who do donate. I know everybody can't. But when you do donate, right, we are able to do certain things like the ebooks. We're able to do certain things like the podcast we have here that allows you to call in. I pay $40 a month for the Blog Talk Radio show. Steve pays $40 a month for his. So we do this to basically help out Black men and let you have your say, right? And we put a lot of effort into this. So guys, know that when you donate to the channels, it does get reinvested back into the Negro Manosphere. It gets reinvested back into making more ebooks, having a more platform for Black men. And as you guys can see, the laws are against men. The family courts are against men. So men have to stick together. And so supporting people like me, people like Steve, we have, especially myself with the Negro Manosphere, this is something that I put together for Black men, right? And so this is the reason why, we want to get all you Black men, if you can, support it. It's always good to support brothers that are trying to create content that specifically gauge at you. So guys, hit the like button. If you want to super chat, you can with the $sign there. And let's get the callers on the line, Steve. I know we have a packed house. Go to the next caller if you like.
Project Mayhem, I do want to say to you, sir, that I don't need Mgtow to be successful. Motherfucker, my house is bigger than anything you ever got, motherfucker, and I got on my own. I don't need Mgtow, okay? So I just wanted to make that known. So I don't need the money to come in. I don't ask people to come to see me. They see me as I stand on my principles. Something that you couldn't even get in my motherfucking door. You are unteachable and you ain't shit. Now let me continue. But you want to keep talking shit, we can talk shit, Project Mayhem. So anyway, let me continue.
All right, let's do that.
Area code 718, you're on, sir. What's up?
Hello?
Yes. You're on.
Hey, I'm enjoying this conversation a lot. Once again, hello. Salute you, sir, Steve. Oshay, what's up, man? Basically, I don't think you and Oshay disagree. I think you guys are attacking the situation from two different angles. So from what I'm hearing, Oshay is talking about like the laws, the unjust laws in like America. I'm assuming we're talking about America here. And Steve, you're talking about culture, which both are important, but I think Mgtow, like it started off as similar to like the Black Lives Matter movement. Like the Black Lives Matter movement isn't an organization, you know, so to speak. Like they're an idea and a collection of Black people feed into the idea, and you know that's what the Black Lives Matter is. Similarly, Mgtow is a collection of men who share a set of ideals, but they don't have any, they're not an organization. So that's why they're open to being misunderstood or people, quote unquote, hijacking their message. Now, why I agree with Oshay is that Mgtow actually has the firepower to, you know, change some laws. And it's important that they begin to do that now, because you don't want to have a whole bunch of people frustrated that there's a lack of action. So I agree with Oshay on that point. But what Steve is saying, and you know, feel free to correct me if you think I'm wrong, Steve. I think what you're saying is that you don't have to get involved with the laws of the land anyway. Like, you know, you won't be paying alimony if you don't get married. You know, you won't be paying child support if you don't have children. So there's a way around it. My only rebuttal to that would be that there are a collection of laws that even go around that. Like, you know, you have common law marriages, which basically states if you're with a woman for a certain number of years, it doesn't matter if you get married to her or not. She can take you to court for some type of compensation just because you and her were, quote unquote, in a relationship for a number of laws. I believe it's 7 years. That's the, you know, the amount there. So yeah, I think you know, Mac, it's a frustrating issue. And I love the dialogue between you two, because I think this is how an idea becomes sharpened. And I think that's what the movement needs to happen. It needs to be challenged so that it can, you know, like become a sphere, so that it sharpens to a point where it can actually do some damage. So that's what I wanted to say. I love both of you brothers, you know.
Well, I want to
thanks for everything y'all do.
Wait, 718, but I want to ask you a question. Hey, Oshay,
Yeah.
please pick your bitch ass boy. I trying to be nice to that bitch.
Hey, listen, he talking to. Go ahead. Hey, go ahead on and get him. I mean, I can't go. I'm turning my head.
Let me tell you something, bitch.
Tell him. Go ahead.
Why don't you call in like a motherfucker, man? Start talking instead of talking all that shit. Your little cake ass. What is it? The mabexperience.com little bitch ass website you got right there, man. I'm sorry, man. I'm no 1 second 718, because a nigga just want to talk some shit.
That's cool.
I apologize. You know, as a man, we got to check bitches. You know what I mean? Bitch ass behavior. So instead of you type, why don't you call in, bitch? Why don't you be a man about your shit? Call in, Mr. MAB Experience, writing a little cakey ass book, little broke down ebook you got on your fucking bitch ass website. Let's keep going. Let's go on to looking at how you fucking live. Why don't you put up what you got and let me put up what I got? Why don't you go outside your door, take a photo of your fucking apartment versus my 7-bedroom house built from the ground up? Let's talk receipts, nigga. Because you want to talk shit, we can talk receipts. We don't have to talk shit. Let's talk about what we have, nigga. Let's talk about what you accumulated through the MAB experience, bitch. Okay, I'm sorry, 718. I'm waiting for you to call in, sucker. Let's see what you got. Put your receipts up. Put your money where your mouth is, nigga. All right, 718. I apologize, Oshay. I'm sorry, man. Sometimes, see, guys,
that's cool, man.
Sometimes you got to understand, guys, this is what we're going against. The agents are out there. I keep telling y'all guys, it's not just the women that are attacking manhood. You got bitches like this and Project Mayhem They work for the women. They don't want you to learn, and they're gonna do everything they can to stop you from being educated. Because all we doing is educating, right? 718. That's all we doing. Is trying to educate these young men. But you can see the feminine ass men in here talking shit, and yet they won't stand up and call it like you did, 718. That's just all I want to say. But anyway, but getting back to what you're saying, you were talking about 7 months. You know, being with a woman for 7 months and having problems with the government. Am I correct?
7 years.
Right, but okay. Again, let's talk solutions, not problems. Now, my question is, why are you with a woman for 7 months? Is she living with you, or are y'all together? Is that the question?
Oh no. I don't do these things. I'm saying that if you're with, let's say if you're in a long-term relationship with a woman for 7 years because you like her, and you don't marry her because you don't want to pay alimony. One of the hurdles is that there's this law, the common law, marriage law, where if you are with somebody without marrying them for a certain amount of time, you can be taken to court.
Okay.
Those laws exist.
Well, no, but hear this out. You're right. In some places, if you're with a single mother and that child sees you as dad, she can take you to family court and make you pay child support, right? But if you know this, then why are you with the single mother? Why are you in the relationship? See, 718.
No.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So what you're talking about, that's. I agree with you. If you're with a single mom, why would you be with her knowing that you're liable? But the common law, marriage law, is separate from that. So you can be with a woman who has no kids, and you say, well, I don't want to be liable for alimony, so I'm not going to marry her, which would be a man following your advice. But there's still this law, which is to Oshay's point, that exists that you have to get rid of in order to prevent from being taken advantage of with that law. So those two things are separate.
Right, but sir, but again, it comes down to the choices that you make. You don't have to be you should never be in a relationship with a woman if you're not thinking about marriage or something down the line. If you're just fucking her, why are you in a relationship with her? That's what I'm saying, sir.
Oh, no, I agree with you, but I think there are some men that they want to be in relationships. They just don't like the fact that if that relationship dissolves, then here comes her along with the government to take everything. That's the point of the men's rights movement and men's rights activists and Mgtow. It's because there are certain men that they want children. They want to be in relationships with women. They just don't like the penalty that comes if that fails. From my understanding of the movement.
You're right, but we got 3 in the queue. But no, I understand what you're saying. And hey guys, I'm sending y'all a link to this cake ad. Look at this cake wearing this motherfucking Walmart ass outfit, holding up a $1,000 thing. Nigga, you can't even spell $1,000. Nigga, you think you're doing something because you give $1,000 to some crummy ass kids, motherfucker? Look at you. You should take that $1,000 and buy yourself some regular ass clothes instead of shopping at Walmart, motherfucker. Look at you, looking like a fucking cake. Comb your fucking hair, nigga. Clean your fucking self up. Holding that fucking ass sign like you doing some shit. Look at you with your buck ass teeth, your fucking 8-inch ass head and shit, and then with them raggedy ass pants and that fucked up ass shirt, holding a broke ass sign of $1,000. So what, nigga? You gave $1,000. You think you doing something? You ain't even in the game, motherfucker. So go ahead. What's up? What you got next, bitch? I'm sorry, 718. I apologize.
All right, yeah. Let's get enough of the roasting, y'all. Y'all fucking up the show.
Fucking play.
I mean, I know niggas. You. I know you. I like to see shit like this too, because I do this shit too, y'all. But y'all gonna fuck my shit up because I'm trying to do the goddamn show. So I'm gonna either turn the comments off or you motherfuckers gonna shut the fuck up. So it's gonna be either one or the other. So look, let's just get back to the goddamn show, okay? So into the callers. So who do we have right now, Steve?
We got area code 718 and 267 next.
Okay, let's do this. Let me get some shout outs real quick. My boy Matty Go says solution, like Steve said, it's about character. If she's shady, pump them and dump them. You wife them up or get them pregnant. That's when you lose and have to go to court. Solo TV 84. Okay, he offers up a great point, and I gotta ask this real quick. Why Black Mgtow is never about how influential the alt-right has become in this philosophy or the racism in it. Okay, we're gonna answer it right now. Mark Daniel, $5, my man out of Tennessee. Thank you so much, fam. So look, let me talk about this real quick. Okay. Now again, let's talk about. I know we've been talking about Jessie Williams in the court system and shit like this, right? But let's talk about the Mgtow movement and black men. I have seen some websites, right? White Mgtow websites, and I can't say all of them feel like this, but definitely there's you have a white Mgtow sector and then there's a black Mgtow sector. And the Richard Spence and the alt-right have definitely hijacked a lot of the red pill philosophy, which has influenced Mgtow. So I guess the question is right now, as a black man, right? The white men make all the laws for the most part.
Yes, sir.
They have approved the laws. And the laws that are against men were approved by white men.
Yes.
So is this even a black? I mean, I guess some black men could say this is not even our fight because we didn't make the laws like this. White men allowed the laws to be like this. So, you know,
well,
I guess is this a movement that black men should be participating in your opinion, Steve?
No, it's a movement no man should be participating in, but they participate in it because, again, you have to understand something. The way a cult works is because they try to get you to see something, or they give you the way cults work is they show you a bunch of problems, okay, and they try to say, well, I'm just like you. I mean, you were just like me, and maybe you should come over here and be with us. Come across the street here, because you know the government is going to be against you, child support is going to be against you. And then they scare these young men and saying, well, wow, you're right. The government is against me. The women got all the rights. The family system is against me. They got all the rights and all this other stuff. But remember, these are young black men who normally come from single parent homes anyway.
Okay.
And that's not a knock on them. It's not a knock on their mom, but you got to understand something. What has mom been teaching them to do all their life? And then when they get out into the real world, they're lost. So then what they normally do is they need to be in somewhere or be with somebody or be about something, because they don't know how to stand on their own. Not to say that all of them don't. I'm just saying that's how they work them. They try to, and like we talked about the church, and no disrespect to the church, but you know the church does the same thing. It just is like, I mean, there are a lot of things that do that. But what I'm saying is that if you know these things, like marriages is not good to be married, and the court system is against you. What they don't tell you is, well, you don't have to get married, you have to get a woman pregnant. But they don't say that, because if they give the solution, how can you start the movement if you give the solution?
Well, see, we gotta also talk about, we got to be fair. It's also, Mgtow is not about just marriage. I also read that it's about the fake rape charges against some men. It's about the laws against men. It's about a lot of things that society is against men. So Mgtow just doesn't stand for just men going their own way or men. There are other reasons that Mgtow has addressed as to why they are a group.
No, and that's fine. They can be their group. I'm not knocking the group. I'm saying, listen, as a man, I see what they see.
Okay.
I see things listen, as men, we see those things. But as men, we say, so fucking what? What does that have to do with me? Because just because it's happening to the next man doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen to me. Because I know tons of guys who have tons of kids, and guess what? They're not even paying child support. The women are just saying, hey, I just want you to be around. I know guys who, like I said, who have this issue, and they go to my dog and he gets them out of child support. So look, Oshay, they're right to feel what they want to feel. Okay. But do we see Mgtow in front? Do we see them in front of Congress like we see all these fucking feminist bitches standing up with all these signs and moving mountain? Well, then what the fuck are they doing then? Because this is why the women are getting this shit, because all you see is women standing, protesting, marching, and all that other shit, right? Right. Where is their mark? Are they? I don't know. I'm asking you or anybody who is Mgtow. Are y'all marching on Washington? Are you going to Congress? What are they doing, Oshay, except making YouTube videos? What are they doing?
I really don't know. It's a good question. That's something that I would like to see. If this group really wants to be, really see themselves as a threat.
Right.
You change the laws, you lobby Congress, you play the game, and
Who has done that?
that's what I think. But let's do this. We have people waiting in the chat. So guys, thank you for supporting and donating on the show. Get the likes up, guys. For anybody, while we're getting to the calls, for anybody that wants the How to Stop Simping in 24 Hours ebook, the Black Man's Revenge ebook, and if you want the Survivalism ebook, what you need to do here is to drop your email in the chat. Once you do that, we'll send you all those ebooks for free. Okay, we want to help as many men as we can, especially Black men, because again, the show that we have supports the free content that we have outside of YouTube. So again, we need you. We need you men that have not got those things. Just basically drop your emails, and we'll get that literature to you. So, Steve, let's get to the callers and get their points.
We got area code 718-267-215. Sorry for the long wait. Area code 708, sir. What's your name? What's your question, sir?
Oh, hello. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Hey, it's me, Eric Robinson.
What's up, Eric?
Hey, what's up? It's kind of slow feedback, I noticed, but yeah, well, shit, I was sitting at restaurant eating my little lunch before I go into work, but I heard you talking about that motorcycle story. I was surprised you remember that.
Oh yeah. Please tell us.
Hey, you want me? I guess what you want me to tell that story again for the guys?
Well, I guess kind of because you're a guy that was divorced and went through a bad divorce. So I guess enlighten us where these guys can get some knowledge from your own situation.
Okay, well, I'll just say this, guys talk about marriage and Mgtow, it's all about compromise. And the way I see it, if you have to compromise or anything, whether it's the woman or the man, I feel maybe shouldn't be getting married, because you come into a relationship showing true colors, and way on down the line, people say they don't want to do this or that, and I think it's like the beginning and end. But going into the story, I told you guys I was in the Army, and this was my second tour in Iraq. So, the armed forces, they has network safe. It's kind of like Amazon set it for, the military, Air Force, Navy, whatever. And, you have them over there overseas. And it has a program where you can buy vehicles tax-free, Ford, stock, anything you name. And I always wanted a motorcycle, a Dyna Super Glide. I ordered one. And I don't know what happened where an invoice got sent to the address I was staying back home, but either way, my wife found out about it, and she was like, it's bullshit. Either you cancel an order or we fucking split it up or whatever. So I was like, no, goddamn, I don't want that, especially being overseas like that. So I had to cancel an order and stay on deployment. And when I got home, I just bought a brand new house and everything. And she was staying with parents in Texas, Dallas. And, I set everything up, and it came time for, it's time for you to pack your shit up and the kid and my son and move. She's, I don't know, you ain't been around. I'm been independent. I can't make this up. You talking that shit. I don't know if you ever heard that before. Women be on that shit, feel that they self-sufficient from a relationship, especially a marriage. She was on that tip, and long story short, the shit just hit the fan from there. And that's a story about the motorcycle. But we went through all that, and I tell guys one thing: if you're going through a breakup or if you got kids or whatever, put yourself on child support or whatever. Don't let the court side, say do that, because when I went through my divorce, I did that. She was living in Texas and filed for divorce down there, and I was living in Oklahoma at the time. So I went on ahead and put myself on child support that way it'd be cheaper, because taxes probably would be several $100 more. And we went to family court. It was a white woman judge up there, and first question out of her mouth when she was questioning me, like, give you a rundown, are you supporting your child or whatever? I'm like, well, ma'am, yes. Well, do you have any proof? And I had an envelope, and she put that in the divorce order. And after that, my ex, she kept bitching about how she ain't had enough money to do this and that. I was like, well, fuck, who problem's that? The deal's done. So, and today, going back to motorcycle park, oh shit, I live in Indiana, actually. I live in Northwest Indiana, 50 miles from Chicago. I live, Michigan City, doing good. I got 2 cars, and, I have the Harley Road Glide on order. It's been cold, so, but it's sitting at the dealership waiting on me. I just been busy lately, and I got to do it in my off time. $20,000 motorcycle. And you think anybody been bitching at me about that? Or my mama.
Well,
no stress or nothing, man.
7-0, can I ask you a question? Real quick.
Yes, sir.
How long was your marriage for?
Steve, it was like 4 years and some change, I want to say.
Okay. All right. Well, before the marriage, did she or did she not display any kind of the behavior that you got when you bought that motorcycle, sir? What you trying to say? Being disrespectful to you. I'm saying being disrespectful to you and making you compromise. When I'm asking you, I'm just asking, I'm just curious. Before you got married, or when you was with her, or sometime before you did that, did she not either raise her voice, disrespect you, or try to make you compromise something, or do what she did when you got that motorcycle?
Oh yeah. Beforehand, we was dating. I'm transparency. I'm gonna tell like it is. Actually, a couple times, I like, I'm in the Army. You have a bunch of bad buddies and people you hang with, and she knew the deal. When we got together, and there was a group of guys I hung out with. One guy's house we cooked out and drank, and it was a mistake. I invited her over, and she ain't like that. Pretty much, the drinking and all that stuff. And we got a big argument over that. Later on that night after we left, my friend told me, like, dude, you should leave that bitch or whatever. I hope they ain't finna marry her. I'm like, well, yeah. And they said, don't do it. My section chief, supervisor, everybody. But, I wasn't listening. And she did that. I'd be trying to watch football and she want to cuddle or, talk and do bullshit. Just, little bullshit like that people bitch about. That's what happened, Steven. A number of other things, too. But, I didn't know any better.
Well, no, exactly. No, listen, I respect the fact that you're honest and everything, and there's no disrespect to you at all. It's just that point that I always try to tell my clients and those that follow me is that this behavior just doesn't happen at the end of what's going on. It's something that happened in the beginning. And if you don't check and modify that behavior early on, what you're doing is you're creating something that you're creating like a Frankenstein, so to speak. Does that make any sense? But again, like you said, but again, this is where I respect you because you're honest enough to say you didn't know any better. And that's what happened with a lot of these young men. They don't get that type of teaching from home. So they go into the world not knowing any better. And then when a woman realizes she can do in those disrespectful things, that's when you'll never get her respect again. And thus, the ball starts to roll. But again, I want to say thank you for being honest and everything. I respect that, man. Oshay, do you have anything, man?
No, actually, you make a good point. And shout out to my man Jamaican Pepper because he's bringing up some good stuff about the red flags or warnings. So I guess I got to give you a point. Let's put Eric back on hold because shout out to Eric because I brought in Eric, man, because Eric is gonna tell the truth, right? And you brothers need to hear stuff like this again. This is a show that helps black men. I want to give a special shout out to my boy Blackie Speaks. Okay, he always when he gets a chance to come see the show, he'll always participate in the channel. Man, he has probably one of the best hip hop channels, up and coming channels on YouTube right now. We always see my boy RB the Breakthrough. The other day we had ABL, and ABL wasn't here earlier. We had Blackie Speaks, we had Sonetter in here, and we had RB the Breakthrough at the same time. So I thank for all the big time big YouTubers. And Blackie, you got to email me, man, so we can holler, bro. We got to do a show. We got to come over here to the hood. Since you've been coming over here kicking it, you need to go on here and just, and let me interview you one time over here in the ghetto, player. You know how we do over here. Bring your hot sauce and chicken strips. But Steve, let me kind of I got to give you a point because you've been taking a little heat today. But you have diagnosed an issue. You diagnosed the issue. I think you might be on to something. Because what you are saying is the reason why these guys are getting took to the ringer.
Yes.
Number one, these are guys that probably these women don't want. Maybe they feel like they're settling. No disrespect to Eric. And also, these are guys who women do not look at them as high value men.
Right. Absolutely. No disrespect to you, Eric, at all. No, I mean, and again, I want to say I appreciate what you're saying, but we're just about honesty here.
Yeah.
The thing is that you are either a man in a woman's eyes or you're not. Okay. Bottom. There's no middle ground to that. And she's going to test you and see what she can get away with. As soon as you reward her bad behavior, you have lost her forever.
Okay.
Because at that point, she doesn't see you as a man anymore, where you're going to put her in her place. Okay. But you're an individual that she can walk over and do what she wants. And unfortunately, a lot of these young men don't know how to have those standards. That's why the end result of the family court and the government, well, there's more to it because of the women are really putting some in there, into this. That's one reason. But the end result of this is that a lot of these guys that are even doing some of these movements, that as far as relationship wise, they're there because they don't know how or what to do when it comes to women. And just like 708, he was just doing what he thought most relationships do. The wife or the girlfriend gets mad, y'all fight, you say sorry, you either compromise, you try to make her feel better, and that's what a lot of guys see on TV, radio, and in the news. They see guys submitting. So,
okay, let's do this. I'm gonna shout out my man Deuce Ex Machina. He always supporting the show out of the UK. And what up, Oshay and Steve? I agree with the core principles of Mgtow. I also agree with Steve that too many men ignore the red flags in the early stages. Okay, so this is what I want to say. Because Mgtow has brought out some good points in their mission statement according to Wikipedia. But you have said, hey, what it is that you guys have allowed things to get the way it is because you are responsible for how these women treat you. Because you have not been the man that you should have been in the first place. These women have looked at you as an opportunities. Yes. They have looked at you as being weak. They have looked at you as being bitch made. And so, of course, they're going to take a nigga like you to the motherfucking cleaners.
Absolutely.
So really, you have allowed a woman to treat you any kind of way, and now you want to bitch about it. That's what you are saying to Mgtow, that you are not being accountable. So are you saying that all these Mgtow men who's talking about women's hypergamous nature and women's things like this, now that's something that all men that know, but why is it that some men can control their women and these guys can't? Is it a fact that these guys have a lack of skill, a lack of will, or a lack of understanding of women?
A lack of all those things, Oshay. On top of that, again, remember this is how women see weakness. Okay. When a man is always focusing on problems. And 267 and 229, we got you on the queue. We got you. When a man is focusing on problems, when a man is blaming everything else but himself for the actions that happened to him, when a man lives in the past, when a man makes excuses, or when a male, not a man, when a guy, let me say a guy, when a guy dwells in fear in his comfort zone, lacks goals or really personal development, in a woman's eyes, she sees him as weak. She will always see him as weak because she knows she can't get away with that with a solution-based individual. Someone that takes responsibility of his actions, someone that has a plan, and someone that will never compromise his standards. She knows she can't get away with that with a regular guy, but there are more of these guys than regular men.
Mm-hmm.
That's why these women are doing what they do. But on top of that, they're smart enough to organize better and to march and protest on Congress and get this shit done. Whereas those, as a man, I see those things, but you know what? It doesn't affect me or the men that I'm around. So it doesn't matter. I don't give a fuck about the family courts and all that, because it doesn't have nothing to do with me.
Okay, let me shout out to my man Scream. Okay, he says old white men making laws to help their daughters and mess over men. Mr. Research called it. Shout out to Mr. Research here. Let's do this, Steve. Let's go, guys. Do me a favor. We have 224 people in the likes on the video. Only 318. For those of you guys who dropped your emails, check your emails. All 3 ebooks have been sent to you. Okay, and the comic will be sent to you within the next 3 to 4 days. It's also going to be very free. All right. Guys, continue to do me a favor and get the likes up on the video. And for those of you who have not gotten the ebooks, drop your emails. We have 3 wonderful reads, 2 of them written by Donovan Sharp. We're definitely here to give you this information, brothers, because we really want you guys to read our website, support the Negro Manosphere, support our podcast. So, Steve, let's go ahead and get to the other calls if we can.
Area code 267, you're up. Then 229, you're next. 267, you're up, sir.
Oh, Steve Oshay, how you doing again? This is Enigma Incorporated live in Philly. I'm gonna just go along with y'all, man. I'm coming with solutions for you men, because I've been married for going on 9 years. And what men y'all need to understand is you need discipline. Discipline. You need to have yourself in check before you start talking to these ladies. Now, you don't have to have all the money in the world, but at the same time, you have to have goals. You have to be striving towards those goals so she can see and recognize your leadership instantly. And another thing y'all need to know, especially for the Mgtow cats, I don't hate y'all. You also got to know that marriage is not for everyone.
Yes.
And if you're, it's not for everyone. And if you're seeing a woman, can't stress this enough. If you're not married to her, do not live with her.
Yes.
Do not live with her. Don't play house. Don't exhibit married behavior if you don't have any plans to marry this woman, because she's going to take that as a promise, and then y'all going to have problems down the road. You got to have your stuff in order. If you do get married, you have to have communication. You have to have respect for one another. This goes for men as well as women. Communication, no deception. Tell what's on your mind. Respect one another. Have financial health. Y'all got to know you can't go out there and just blow y'all accounts on some frivolous stuff. You know, you got to take care of home first. Child rear. And then and on top of all this, you got to have a contingency plan. Now, the reason why I say contingency plan, because you do have what I like to call the chameleon. She'll lie to you for years and years. And if you ignore the signs and you wind up getting married to her, and then she do decide to take that left, you got to have a contingency plan to get yourself out of trouble.
Man, shit.
You got to have that.
Man, shit, right
you gotta
there.
have it.
But that's how men think. Go ahead. Good.
That's how you gotta think. And then for the cats who y'all really serious about getting married, man, y'all have to be on the same page. Cannot stress that enough. You have to be on the same page with that woman. And I know it's gonna be hard for some of y'all cats, but I had to do it too. You gotta think clearly. In order for you to think clearly, I mean, you can't jump on the 16th letter of the alphabet right away. You got to think clearly. See how she is when she gets upset. See how she is when she's disappointed, when her plans don't go right. And if y'all don't match up, that's one thing about marriage. Y'all have to be matched up. If y'all don't match up, then y'all should not be together. You just can't be out here trying to put a square peg in a round hole. It do not fit. Stop playing. Just because y'all both attractive, then y'all should be married. Absolutely not. No. Y'all have to be what the old timers used to call evenly yoked, which means if y'all don't have around the same skill set, you're not going to complement each other. Marriage is like a working car. If the engine don't fit the frame, the vehicle's not going to go anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and then on top of that, you got to think for yourself. Stop, women.
Yes.
Stop getting addicted to what the dick did, and stop listening to your girlfriends. If that man don't compliment you, you can't be with him. Men, especially if that woman don't compliment you. Look, you can't be with no woman that got like 5 kids and you trying to start your own plan. No, it don't go like that. You gotta think yourself. They don't compliment you.
Okay, fam. Hey, fam, man. We know you want to talk, man, but we got a lot of people calling in, bro. But you got some facts though, player. I can't argue with that, man. Make sure you call back in though.
He's right. Oshay, real quick, what I would say is he's right. But like I said before, want to get married, you need to follow someone who has what you want, because a lot of young men a lot of these young men have never been around people. Nowadays, it's very rare that you know someone who's been married for like 5 or 7 years nowadays. It's very rare. But if you're looking for a wife or a woman, find someone who has or can get what you want. Right. But really learn how to give you the stability first, because he's right about everything he said. But here's the problem. Here's one problem that I've not even a disagreement with what he's saying. I believe what he's saying. But here's the thing. If you're not a man at the end of the day, none of what he's saying doesn't matter.
That's true.
Because as soon as she smells sugar in the water, everything he's saying goes out. And he's right about what he's saying. But the key ingredient is you got to be a man. And if you ain't one, all that shit doesn't matter, fam. Whenever you're ready, you got one more.
All right, let's go ahead to the next caller in the queue. And thanks for everybody supporting the show today, man, with watching and liking the videos. Let's go to the next call, Steve.
Area code 229. Your name, question, sir. You on? Oh, wait. 229, are you there? 229 going once. I'll bring in 314 after the 229. Are you there? Hello.
Yeah, can you hear me, man?
Yeah. Can you sound far away? Can you fix your phone or anything? We can't really hear you. Okay. Let's go to 314 then.
Yeah, that nigga was in jail or something. Go to
314. Did you have a question, sir?
Yeah, what's up? This is Brandon L. What's up, y'all?
What up, Brandon L? Out of St. Louis.
Going on, player?
Hey, you know you're my cousin on accident. What's up, dog?
My thing about this Mgtow stuff, and I got to talk to the brothers. It's weird that we could criticize, black women for joining a feminist, but like you said, Oshay, this is the white man created this thing for the women to have all this power. So why are we joining the Mgtow?
No, I mean, that's
with the white man. Why? This they problem. With this whole hashtag Me Too, they shutting everybody down and stuff. Because I feel like Ron Wills made a video called "Are You Really Red Pill?" He had a great point when he said, during the slavery time, we black men we seen our women, go to the master, serving him and leaving us behind while we out there, on the field and stuff, fighting each other. Because I saw that scene in 12 years, I mean not 12 years slavery, but Django, when the two black guys were fighting and the black woman was just looking at them laughing with a smile on her face. So in Jamie Foxx character was looking at her like, damn, she was just enjoying it. So we've been on this red pill stuff, knowing that women could turn on you for the man with the most power. So I just don't understand what y'all think.
Well, Oshay, what's your thoughts on that, man?
Okay, here's my thing. I've had a back and forth with BGS about Mgtow before on a video. Here's what I have to say. Here's what I got to say. I agree. White men are the majority. They can pass the most laws because of that. I think right now, though, these laws are affecting all men, white men, red men, black men, and all of this stuff. Now, I can't say that black men necessarily need to be involved in Mgtow, but I can tell you one thing: black men need to be politically involved in men's rights, because black women are involved in women's rights. And although black women and white women have different talking points, maybe according to feminists, the fact is that black women are hardcore. Most of them subscribe to some theology, and I am saying theology as a religion of feminism. So I think that what black men need to do is, I'm not saying that you need to be Mgtow, because I have my own personal things with that. what I will say is this: the laws are what they are, and it is your fault. It is your fight too, because even if you didn't, if you had the attitude that, hey, I didn't start this, but you're going to be affected by Me Too. The reality is you're going to be a lot of black men have been hit with false rape charges, from the richest guys to the brokest guys. And the thing is, you need to and stop the show. Enigma, hey, thanks for the compliment, but don't orange me. If you want to make a comment and get my attention, hit the super chat button, bro. That's how it works over here. So let me just say this: black men need to be involved in men's rights, and more importantly, rights for you. Because you can't keep sitting back and just waiting for, well, it's not my fight, it's not my fight, because the black women are attaching themselves to anything in women's rights. And they're putting their money, they're putting their energy, and they're controlling the narrative. Black men got to stop letting black women and women control your narrative about you. That's the problem right now. And the thing that the problem is, like somebody said about Nelly, the reason why the reason why things are happening is men don't really care about these things. So you men got to get out there and fight. You got to get out there and go out there and vote. Get out there and represent things that represent your interests. And you black men don't do that. But so the thing is, if you black men do not get off your ass and really say, look, let me stop looking at this other black man as an enemy. Let me look at this other black man as somebody that I gotta stick by, even though he's a Muslim or he's a Christian or he's an atheist. Let us be mature for once and try to represent us and vote for things that are in our best interest. And black men don't do that for anything. So I think that you black men better really take serious men's rights. If you don't do it now, you will be left behind.
Well, Oshay, here's the thing. I agree with what you're saying, but again, you're putting the cart before the buggy because you're using the word men. The thing is, before you even should get out there and do things for men, you need to learn how to be one. You can't fight for something that you're not. Fighting for something.
And that's why I was.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. I was just gonna say. That's why I was trying to say, like, with the whole, the government, when they plan was to break up the black family, take away the black man, the father away, and let the women, give the women all the benefits and all that, so they could raise us to be these emotional creatures that you see today.
Exactly.
And that was my point. And that was my point of saying, why are we? I'm in St. Louis. Not that, but damn.
Well, I'm just.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah. No, we got other calls though with the grab, but I just wanted to say that they should move, but again, as you can see, that as if they were doing it as men, they would be on. Like I say, I've never seen one. All I see is women protesting, or the gay rights movements and the transgenders. I see all them protesting. I've never seen any. I'm not saying they haven't, but if they're doing it, it's in small groups.
But that's what the Mgtow is trying to do. I guess they want to stop the marriage and all this, so women can say, these men ain't trying to marry us. We need to change the rules or something. That's what I think their mission is to do. No man get married.
But why are you trying to stop marriage when marriage is perfectly fine? Marriage has nothing. What has marriage done to y'all? Marriage is perfectly fine. It's who you marry is the problem. Who you allow into your life is remember, look, we can't blame marriage because marriage has nothing to do with it. Because if that was the case, they wouldn't.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not just for men. I'm not saying marriage could also ruin women. Like, not all women, but of course, the Jill Scott situation, the Mary J. Blige, the guys want a whole bunch of money from them, and it happens to them. But my point is saying, like, the laws change, the laws. But do y'all think, like, nobody should get nothing when you divorce somebody? As far as, you got 5 kids with somebody and, you divorce them, so nobody should get no papers, no nothing. Do y'all agree with that?
Well, let me do this. So, Brandon, we'll address that. And, Steve, we'll let Brandon go real quick. I know we have one more caller. So, Brandon, thank you. That's my boy out of St. Louis driving them trucks. Let's address that right now. Steve, he brings us a good point. Should women, the woman that's married to Jessie Williams, what should she get? I mean, because $50,000 a month, it seems absurd. Right? But he does make a lot of money. What should these women get? I mean, hypothetically, in divorces, if they separate from their man? What do you think they should get?
A handshake and a pat on the ass.
What you say?
Handshake and a pat on the ass.
Okay. Now here's the thing. He divorced her though. So
well,
okay.
This is again. Shouldn't she be working? Shouldn't she have her own fucking job?
She was a big time real estate agent, from what I understand at first.
I don't give a fuck. She walked on water, Oshay. She shouldn't look. Women should not have any rights to anything that a man has accumulated. But now remember, but with this being said, you told me he had nothing in the beginning.
Right.
So she helped him along. She helped him on the come up. So if she helps him on the canal, that's a different scenario now. Let's be honest.
Right.
Somebody, if you don't have nothing and somebody helps you get something, as a man, we don't need to go to court. I'm going to take care of you because I wouldn't have what I have now if it wasn't for you helping me back then. So that's a different story. Now we both come in together with nothing. Okay.
Right.
And because of what I'm doing, we get something. You don't get shit because it's what I did.
Okay.
So
okay.
Again, we can't generalize. We got it's different scenarios, like I was saying. But you do have 3 in the queue, sir.
Okay. Misanthropic said he wants her to take his ass to. Yeah, brothers don't like Jessie Williams. Let me just say this real quick, man. I'm glad to see all you brothers in here. Do me a favor and donate a like to the podcast. I see the chat is really moving. You guys are really active. Listen, agree or disagree, we make these shows like this because nobody else really makes these kind of shows, man, that are this controversial on a daily show. So we understand that you guys want to talk about the hot topics. That's what we're trying to do. All right. So guys, let us know you appreciate us by just liking the video. This is just very elementary. I tell you niggas all the time. Like the video, share the video, tell somebody about us, right? You guys donate in the chat, read the ebooks, read the negromanosphere.com. Okay. The little simple things that you guys can do to help us grow. You're already watching the shit. Okay. We already got the free ebooks and the free comic. All you niggas got to do is like the goddamn video. Stop the show real quick, Steve. This is what you got to do. This is elementary shit that we always ask you guys. It's free, motherfucker. It's free. Do you know what free? Because Jesus paid it all. Get your ass over here and like the goddamn video. If you have not gotten the ebook, drop your motherfucking email and get these free ebooks. Okay? We are trying to give you free content outside of YouTube. We are trying to help you Negroes. All type of shit we're trying to do. So allow us to give you more shit for just watching the goddamn video. All we ask is for a fucking like. Okay, this is very, very simple. This is not calculus, nigga. All right. So Steve, let's go to the next caller.
Yeah, and flaws are RPB. You do have sort of a point, but if you were listening to the young man from Philadelphia, a man is always going to have a contingency plan. A man is always going to move his paper when he knows his paper being taken. See, that's what y'all guys understand. Y'all think that it's just cut and dry, but when you don't know what you're doing, sure you're gonna get taken for your shit. Because that's how women treat weak ass motherfuckers. Area code 347, you in. What's your name? Your question, sir?
Hello, this is King Sequence 2. How are you?
What up, King Sequence?
What's going on, man? I'm listening to the show, and I hear all of this Mgtow, McChicken bullshit. I mean, why do you need that shit? I don't understand. I know you read what it is, but I don't agree with it. I sound like a bunch of nerds that was on the playground and the girls came over and bullied the shit out of them. And now they want to start Revenge of the Nerds club, talking about they want to be pigeons and asexual. Get up off your ass, let your nuts drop, you know what I'm saying? Or go to the Dominican Republic, let them put some on you. I don't know, whatever you got to do. But this group shit, it's for the birds. And Marcus, leave my dog alone, Marcus, all right?
Nigga said Mgtow, McChicken.
Wait. Now let me ask you this. What made you come to that conclusion? I agree with you. Infinite percent I agree with you. But how was it that you came to that conclusion real quick? I just want to ask you, how did you come to that conclusion about these guys?
Because all they're doing is just whining and crying and complaining, and I'm sitting here watching the show. I love you guys. I want to watch it, but I can't take all of that wine. I mean, like, you want some cheese to go with that shit, nigga? Like, stop bitching about these women. All they got is 2 legs and a pussy. They put their pants on the same way you put them on, except they ain't got a dick.
There you go.
What's the difference?
Oh man, that was
And that's all I'm saying, Steve. Man, it just don't make no sense to me.
doesn't to me either. I don't know. I'm lost. I just watch him, dog, like at a zoo. We'll throw you in 3 for
The king has spoken.
Thank you. The king has spoken. Thank you, King. Thank you, sir.
How many people got left?
You got 214 and then 404, sir.
Okay, and after that, we will end because I'm tired of you dealing with you niggas today. So shout out to my man Enigma. He dropped $5 super chat. Thank you so much, family. Appreciate you guys for your support, man. Love you guys for real. I know this is a controversial topic, right? And brothers are very split on either side of this argument. So it's gonna have some they have guys who support the Mgtow and you have some brothers who don't. So I knew this was gonna be. See, Dr. Merchant, I was gonna come up with a motherfucking show. I knew it was gonna be a controversial show, but again, this is entertaining. It's keeping your interest. What we want to do. So, Steve, let's go to the next callers, and we'll go ahead and end it.
All right, 214, then 404. Did you have a question, comment, sir? What's up?
What's going on, fellas? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can.
Sir. Okay, so I'm kind of in the middle on it. Like, I'm not with Mgtow and going your own way because at the end of the day, you're going to deal with women regardless. So I get what y'all saying on that. But while we sitting over here talking about solutions and stuff, why don't we come together as men and saying, look, these laws are the way they are. Let's try to fight them. Because we can sit up here and be egotistical and not come together as men. But while we doing that, you got women coming together. Right. They're changing laws. The marriage laws are for them. Child support laws are for them. Why can't we come together as men and say, okay, maybe Mgtow, they're not all the way right. But a lot of the shit that they talk about, I mean, you got to agree with it 100%. The laws are against us. And if we don't come together as men with a solution, instead of just saying, oh, they're just complaining, oh, they're just bitching and moaning, shit ain't going to change. I mean, you can do all the shit you want to do as a man when it comes to, vetting the female, checking stuff at the beginning like you're supposed to, but that bitch still can go left. Like we gotta come together and come to grips with that. Well, I mean, what do you fellas think about that?
Well, 214, you're right about it. Here's the problem with coming together. That's like saying the popular people hang out with the losers. It's never gonna happen because you know why? Because again, the men are more about solutions and taking care of shit. It's a different. This is why they won't come together because, like you heard in that last call, do you think he wants to hang out with someone who's whining and bitching all the time? Fuck no, he's not gonna want to. He's not gonna want to be around.
He might. You're right, Steve.
Yeah, so that's all I'm saying.
You're right about that.
Yeah. So
you're right about that.
Right.
But
okay. No, go ahead.
What, my bad. I'm trying to speak while you're speaking.
No,
but,
go ahead.
You might be right. He don't want to hang out with him. But what happens when that shit happens to him? See, it's okay to say, fuck them niggas, they whining and complaining, but when that shit shows up at your doorstep, then you're going to be looking for somebody to help you, or you're going to be looking to try to get out that situation.
But the reason...
That's what I mean. Like, we could say it's never going to happen, but shit, the women, they coming together, they coming with their solutions, and they getting the fucking money, they getting the laws, they getting, the shit that they
90
need.
seconds.
We as men, we sitting here talking about, okay, well, I don't want to hang out with him because he's bitching, whining and complaining. Meanwhile, we getting robbed blind when we go to these marriage courts. There are ways to get out of child support laws, so I do agree with you on that. But the whole reason that things are the way they are is because as men, we're not coming together on code and saying, look, some niggas, they just can't get pussy. Some dudes just can't deal with women. I get what you're saying on that. I agree with you 100%. But even if you do all the right things and you get a woman, you still are taking a risk at the end of the day where a woman can take your ass to the bank. It don't mean you're a bitch if she does that. She can do that if you're a full-grown fucking ass man. But either way it go, you can still get robbed.
But sir, okay, this is where I respectfully disagree again. And this is why the men don't want to deal with them. Let me explain. Everything you're talking about is a end result. If I don't want to be married, I am not gonna. If I know what marriage is, and I know what marriage is because I'm living proof that marriage works. I'm living 18 years. In 18 years, my wife has got upset at me 5 times because I fell asleep in my office.
10 seconds.
Whenever I'm tired, she just wants me in bed. So 5 times out of 18 years. But other than that, I don't. She doesn't yell, scream, or disrespect me in 18 years. So even in this day and age, so I'm living proof that it works. But with that being said, is if I didn't want to get married, okay, I wouldn't be in a relationship with the bitch. If I didn't want kids,
I'm talking about the guys who want to get married.
Okay.
We talking about. I'm not talking about the guys who don't want to get married. I'm speaking for guys who want a legacy. They want all those.
Absolutely.
Things.
Okay.
You are not. I'm not saying that it doesn't work because you're right. You are proof that it can work. But just as many as people you can say that, hey, the stuff does work. You also got plenty of cases where people go left, even out of nowhere. I'm not talking about the guys that don't check shit in the beginning. Right. I'm talking about women that just go left after they get married.
Well, listen, hear me out.
What about them guys?
Okay, again, I'm gonna use 708 as an example. See, this is what you got to understand. There is going to be a time early in your relationship. I don't care if it's me, you, Oshay, or Bigfoot, or whoever the fuck is out there. There's going to be a time where she is going to test to see what you are. That's going to be early in the relationship. And what you do or don't do is going to set you on 2 different pathways. It's either going to send you on a pathway of respect, or it's going to send you in a pathway of disrespect. So we all start out the gate the same. It is what you do when you are tested that is going to send you on the pathway. That's why I'm saying this is why these guys that stand by principles and things like that cannot relate to these guys, because what they're saying is, for guys that want marriage, you can have the perfect marriage. Why? Just like I always say, just like at her job, she doesn't yell, scream, or disrespect the boss, does she? 214. She doesn't raise her voice at the CEO or president of the job that she's been working for.
You're right.
Right. So,
but look, okay, I agree with you. Right. So check this out, though. I'm glad you brought up the job stuff.
Yes,
okay, so let's switch from marriage. Now what these motherfuckers are doing is they got this Me Too shit. So at the job, they want power. That's what this shit's about. It ain't about nothing else but power.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so, this man flirted with me the wrong way. He sexually assaulted me.
Yes, sir.
By the accusation of that, you lose your job. It don't matter if you did it or not. You lose your job because she accused you of something.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and the reason why they can get away with that shit, just hear me out. The reason why they can get away with that shit is because like I said, I'm not no damn Mgtow stuff, but you have to also understand they're more than just for marriage and dealing with women. It has to do with rape allegations, sexual assault allegations, all types of bullshit. And we're talking about that.
But
so what do you? Same thing. When it goes to the job, a woman could say you did some shit, and boom.
But you
out of the job because she said you did.
But sir, stop right there. But
why can't we?
But sir, you said the key element that you're bypassing. You said the guy was flirting with her at the job. That's the first domino. If you know there's a Me Too movement, okay, why is that guy?
Right.
Remember, it's about our accountability as men, because we know women don't. Okay, so if you know about the Me Too movement, why are you flirting with a woman at your? We tell guys, don't fuck with these women at work. Why are you doing that? So again, there's a solution right there. It's already been solved, because if the guy didn't flirt with the woman, there would be no allegation. Not to say she could bring up an allegation, but if he's sending text messages or a paper trail of him flirting, that's one thing. But if there's an allegation and he has nothing and he's good, gotten free, he'll fight for his honesty. That's the difference, dog. A solution.
Steve, a woman outside of your job can accuse you of rape or some type of sexual allegation just because you broke her heart or some shit like that.
Yes.
And you still can lose your job.
Welcome to the real world.
So I mean,
right. If that's the word we're living in.
I'm with you. Right. What I'm saying is, as men though, if we're about solutions, right? Like you're just talking about, okay, there has to be a code amongst us men where, okay, look, can we all agree on this chat right now that the laws are skewed against men?
Yes.
Can we agree on that?
Yes, we can. Yes.
Okay. So if we can all agree on that, okay, the solution can't just continue to be like it's been for plenty of years, is let's just learn how to adapt. Because we're leaving other men. Why can't we say, okay, look, let's go back. Let's try to go to these congressmen, like Oshay was saying earlier. Let's try to go and get some of these laws changed. Because hell, at the end of the day, men are the ones that are in Congress making these laws. Men are the ones that are making these laws that screw other men over.
But you're not.
And now we got a movement where we got a movement where men are, some men, not all, but some men are trying to come together and say, hey, look, we got these laws skewed against us. Let's try to do something about it. Like, even if these guys came together as Mgtow in a political movement, would you back it?
Okay, hold on, fam. Listen, y'all niggas talking for a long goddamn time. I don't mean to cut you off.
You're right.
But I got shit to do. So
right.
I'm just saying, you niggas will be talking until Jesus come back. So, I hate to cut you off, so player. 'Cause I know you long-winded, but nigga, I'm hungry. I need to get something to eat. And you niggas is talking a lot. So I'm trying to find out when this is gonna end. Because I got my pizza plate, nigga. I'm starving. Look, I'm hungry in the motherfucker. So can you wrap this shit up?
The good news is we do have the guy who wants to sing if you want him to come last, but that's your call. We got one more and him. So.
No. Hey, this dude had some good points though. What's his name?
Well, he did have some good points, but
he had some good points. But he was going. That nigga was gonna keep going though. And you know something else, Steve? These are women. That nigga, boy, he like the pastor at church player. Hey, I love it like a play cousin, though, nigga. I love it like a play cousin, dog. But I gotta get the fuck up out of here. All right, that's the dude that want to sing.
4-4, no 4-4, then none. We got a 4-4 first.
Okay, let's bring him on. Y'all make it. Listen, y'all gotta make it quick, man, because y'all niggas know you niggas is long. With like Steve, listen. Let me say something real quick.
Oh boy,
Steve had a 5. Let me tell you how long-winded fucking Steve is. Steve, I'm gonna give him time. Just real quick, dog. Because you long-winded as fuck. I gotta tell the truth.
Come on for a second. We're bringing it 4-4. He got it.
This is when Steve does his show by himself. He likes listening to himself talk about this shit all the time. This is how long Steve's show by himself. 2 hours and 44 minutes. The show before that, 4 hours and 46 minutes. Show before that, 3 hours and 22 minutes.
I can't help if guys ask questions. They have questions.
Where would you go? 5 hours and 9 minutes.
My chat room got questions.
3 hours and 4 minutes.
Well,
no. It's more. 3 hours and 6 minutes. So as you guys can see, this motherfucker will talk if y'all keep talking. So this is why I gotta shut you, motherfucker. 4 hours and 14 minutes. 3 hours and 52. So I don't listen, bro. I can't do that. Okay. So you niggas got to come on here and wrap it up because Steve will keep talking to you motherfuckers all goddamn day. He love to talk. He love to talk. Don't influence Steve, man. Y'all listen. Steve will keep one show. I'll let Steve talk. We had a show that was 5 hours. Fucking with Steve ass. Y'all can't be playing with him like he likes this shit. He loves this. So don't do this. Not when I'm hungry, dog.
I'm just saying that when my callers and clients got questions, I love my dogs and I back them. They got questions.
Hold on, Steve. Listen. We got a request. They want us to do an 8-hour brother peel. So wait a minute. You got a show again tonight, Steve? Or no?
No, I don't have a show tonight.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I won't give you niggas 8 hour, but we might give you another hour show. So, but these niggas at Steve podcast are longer than the Godfather trilogy. All right, look. Let me shut up because hold on, my boy Theodore Nkoji. I totally agree with the last caller. Steve was on point. Great show up. Keep it up. Thank my boy out of Canada. Oh, what about you, player? Good to see you. All right, let's go to the next caller, Steve, real quick. And y'all make it quick.
Guys all over the world. I got African guys in the UK, guys in Russia, China. I gotta talk to my dogs, man.
Dog, it don't take no 5 hours, dog.
Don't judge me. Fuck you.
Come
anyway,
on, 5 hours.
Going for it. You're up, sir. I'm sorry for the Oshay bitching at me.
Man, that's all right. But let me tell you something. I'm married, so I'm not Mgtow, but the Mgtow guy is like me with the black church. Yeah, there's some black churches out there that might be good, you're right. But there's so many fucked up ones, I ain't fucking with none of them. One bad apple spoiled a whole bunch. And another thing about these Mgtow guys, what they tell you the rest of y'all is, I don't fuck with you. I'm not fighting for no goddamn laws. If you want to go and fuck with that bitch, I'm telling you, I'm not fucking with her. She might holler rape. I might fuck her real good, treat her nice, let her out the door, tell her have a great day, give her a gift. She'll still come back and say I raped her, all this dumbass shit. Look what Nelly going through. But the point I'm trying to say is, to me, a real man don't have the Michael Jordan mindset. I don't give a fuck what you say. You can divorce me. You can do whatever the fuck you want to do. I'ma still be a billionaire on you, bitch. Fuck you and them kids, ho. If they don't want to be a man like I'm telling them to be, fuck them. Cause I'ma still be a billionaire. Look at Mgtow.
Hey.
And look at Scottie Pippen. Either you gonna be beta like Scottie Pippen, or you gonna be alpha like Michael Jordan and Tom Brady.
Hey.
And I'm gonna leave it at
sir,
that. Right,
wait, sir, don't leave. I'm bowing right now. Thank you, sir. You have, hey, dog. He has nailed it on the head. That's why they can't. I hope 214 sees that. That's why most men don't want to deal with them, Oshay, because of what he's saying right there. You know, man, fuck the laws. The laws gonna be the laws. I'm standing on my principle, whatever the laws is. But what you got on that, Oshay, before we go?
No. He's good. Let me shout out to and he's always funny when he calls in. That my boy out of Atlanta. He crazy as hell. Let me shout out my partner, man. That so we had Floss and RPB. Mgtow is more about men's legal rights, not cheeks. He says, thanks for the topic, guys. I appreciate it. Hey, man, we try to bring you guys the best content over here in Negro too, man. Whether you guys like it or not, but so we try to do it. So let's go to the last person, man. So I get the fuck out of here.
Now I bet you gonna want him to let him sing for fucking an hour and shit.
I mean,
I'm gonna
like 2 minutes. So he got 2 minutes. I gotta go.
You tell him to get the fuck off because you rushed the other guy. I'm going to open him.
That was like 35 minutes.
I know, but I'm gonna just open it up.
Dog, y'all niggas was gonna keep talking. Y'all niggas will still be talking right now.
All right, I'm gonna open it up, and you tell me when you want him to come on. I'm not gonna even I'm not gonna knock him off. He
only sing for like 90 seconds, Steve.
He gonna sing for no 90 seconds. He gonna sing for about 5 minutes. Watch it. You gonna sing a whole
song.
Go
ahead. Bring him on. Bring the nigga on.
Go ahead, none. You on, man.
She used to call me on my cell phone. Late night when he need my love on my cell phone. Late night when he need my love. I know when I holler. Steve with some giggling. I know when I holler. Steve with some giggling. Ever since Steve got a wife.
Oh shit.
Petition for himself now. Everybody knows and nothing left now. Steve, you got me down, you got me stressed out.
Oh shit.
Ever since Steve got some kids, he started wearing less and going out more. Cause there's some champagne on the dance floor. Hanging with some Oshay if I don't know. Steve used to call me on my cell phone.
Oh.
Late night when he need my love.
Okay.
On my cell phone. Late night when he need my love. I know when that holla bling. Steve with some giggling. I know when that holla bling.
Oh shit.
Steve with some giggling. Ever since Steve got a wife. You man, you so get along. You make me feel like I did you wrong. Watching Cowboys where you don't belong. Ever since Steve got some kids, you got exactly what you asked for. Running all the pages on your passport. Hanging with Nico hanging in their school. Steve used to call me on my cell phone. Late night when he need my love. Call me on my cell phone. Late night when he need my love. I know when that holla bling. Steve with some giggling. I know when that holla bling. Steve with some giggling.
Okay, so you can get him off now.
All I do is want to ask you backwards. Bending over backwards for someone else.
Get him up, dog.
Bending over backwards for someone else. Doing things I told you, Steve, you're nasty for someone else. Oh, you don't need your wife. You need me in your life. You know you want this big dick in your life.
All right, Steve.
You don't need nobody.
Steve. gotta go, dog.
I'ma fuck Steve butt.
All right, Steve. You go ahead and get him off.
Oh, you finally done, huh?
Yeah.
You finally done, huh?
Yeah,
I'm over here trying to play some.
No, I was done like a minute ago, but you was playing the goddamn. You was losing the game. I don't know why you over there playing. You know you're not gonna win, nigga.
I wasn't playing the game. I was trying to play my battleground. I wasn't playing the game.
You gonna lose that shit, Steve? What video games, dog? We talk every day. What game do you win on what?
I won last night on Madden. Fuck you. I won last night on Madden.
I know I gotta go, but let me ask you this, dog. Let's be real, bro. Let's be honest. Let's have a conversation, dog.
All right.
What games do you actually win?
Battleground unknown. I got to second out of 100 people. Closest I got to second. Never won.
Are those kids like 6 or 7 years old or something like that? Because you can't get those.
No, man. Everybody played this game.
You know I'm mad, nigga. You win like once every 30 times. So everybody know that you suck at fucking video games.
I don't suck at video games.
I never seen a motherfucker who played games this much and lose all the time.
Oh my gosh, boy.
You been quitting the game early and shit, talking about, oh yeah, I'm gonna play the game before the show. Cause you don't want, when I be taking on the show, you're like, oh yeah, I want to play a game real quick. Then you be done like 5 minutes because you didn't quit the goddamn game.
I don't quit the game, man.
No Money Records. That's my company. No Money Records.
Hey, I get in the top 10 in the battleground.
No, you don't. Dog.
Join my team.
Dog, you weak.
I'm not weak,
man. Shout out to Ashley W. Ashley, I heard you're a YouTuber, so shout out to you. Some of the brothers out there. Now, I never heard of you before today, but I guess people, they know who you are. So shout out to you for coming on into the chat and chilling. She got about 4,000 subs at this hour, but you weak, man. I tell you what, man. I want one of you brothers to play Steve on Madden and record the game before I go. This is what I want. I want one of y'all to play the game and record the game and beat the shit out of Steve. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop it up and commentate it.
Oh no, I'm gonna give my gamer tag. Here's the gamer tag. If you got an Xbox, I got a PlayStation, but I play on my Xbox. Hold on, I'm gonna get it.
Oh, you weak, nigga.
I will take anybody. Look, anybody that won't play me in Madden, I'll beat your ass. And if you got player unknown battleground, lock up, get your team. I get my team, and let's go to fisticuffs.
Come on, man. Ain't nobody listen to you, nigga.
Oh, okay, my bad. Then fuck.
Because you nigga win any goddamn way. All right, let me do this real quick. Shout out to Eric P. This was a heated topic. However, I appreciate Oshay and Dean for chopping it up. Good show. Steve, love your plays. Video was awesome. That was a good video by Steve, man. And shout out to my man Deuce Machina. I'm endorsing this gay guy to be signed to O'Shea's No Money Records. Yeah, No Money Records, nigga. Our hit song is Buy One, Get None Free. That's going to be our mixtape. Buy one, get none free. I tell you one thing before I go, though, Steve. We're going to have a mixtape this year. Okay? I used to actually organize mixtape production. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do an ebook this year, or audiobook this year. And we're going to do the Negro Manosphere mixtape. We're going to get into that this year. A lot of underground rappers. As long as they ain't talking about no violence or no shit like that, I'm going to shoot you and all that shit. My boy DJ Cool Cuts out of Sacramento, California. He was nominated for West Coast DJ of the Year back in 2010, and he lost, but he's one of the best undercover mixtape DJs out on the West Coast. And I used to produce some projects before, so this is something. My last website was an underground hip hop magazine. So we gonna get into that, and I guarantee you the first one's gonna be I want to debate you. Buy one, get none free. But anyways, I gotta get the fuck up out of here, right?
You have already sung a song on my album. You sung a song. We got a song of you on my album.
Yeah, but you ain't gonna play it right now. So
I'm not gonna play it right now. But when I release the album, yeah, you got a song called "Trickin'."
Yeah. I got a song called "Trickin'." So listen, guys, I want to thank everybody for coming on. I had 2 exams this week. Got good news, passed both of them. So I'm excited about that. I was really stressing out, guys. If I do very good on the last exam on Friday, I'll be in Uganda by Saturday. So I'm taking a little bit of my vacation. I've been talking to you guys about that. I've been working like day in and out with the podcast and the school. You guys know I'm at medical school. I'm in my 3rd year. So I've been I got to get ready for, as you guys know, medical school in Europe is going to be a little bit longer because it's time to prepare for boards. So I'm taking a little bit of a hiatus after February for about 3 weeks before I go back to rotations. And then I'm going to take some time off of medical school to study for USMLE Step 1. So I just want to thank everybody for the support and all this shit. You guys have been really great, man. So I'll be there for about 10 days, 12 days. So, like I said, international medical school is really about a 5-year journey for an international student like myself. So, I want to thank you guys for the support. Go ahead, Steve.
Can I just tell them, let them know about what I'm doing for women real quick?
Yeah. Go ahead, man. Of course.
I just want to say to you guys out there, for all you ladies, what's her name? What was the lady's name?
Her name is Ashley W.
Ashley W. Good news. I want to let you know, Ashley W. I'm doing something for women. Matter of fact, the very first video I have is women are hurting and it's our fault. And I want to, I'm gonna just post it, let Ashley W watch this because women are hurting because of it. And I just wanted to say sorry. And I made a video for you ladies. So Ashley W, I just put that link right there. So if you can watch that link, you will understand why I am sitting here working with women. I'm going to do everything I can to get you women a good man, but you got to start watching that video because you women are hurting. And I just want to say it's our fault. So any guy that clicks on that link, please download the King's Pledge and pass that to 5 women that you see. Because at the end of the day, Ashley, I'm going to show you what you're doing wrong and how you can do it right. Okay. That's all I wanted to say. I got you women covered.
All right. Again, shout out to my boy, Mr. Grand Juror. Hey guys, I just really want to say thank you. I'm gonna have to get my food again. Hold on, Levi Ellerby. Hold on a second. Get this nigga up out of here. You always saying some stupid ass shit, bitch.
You gotta watch the video, man. You gotta watch the video.
Yeah, that nigga always talking some dumb ass shit, man. Fucking Levi Ellerby. What kind of name is Ellerby? You sound like you just steal teddy bears and cut their arms off. You fucking freak, nigga.
Trying to help you guys with these women. I'm gonna help these women be marriage material for you guys, but I gotta work on both sides. So you gotta watch that. It's our fault. I just want to say women are hurting, and I blame all of us men. It's all of our faults.
Right. He don't even know what the video is about. You know, already talking shit.
I'm saying
anybody watch the video know it's a
man that's in this room. It's all of our faults, and I've got the solution on this video. So I'm just saying that for the lady that's watching, real quick, I want to let you know you women are hurting. It's our fault as men, but I have the solution on that video right there. So watch that, Ashley W, if that's her name, and y'all will understand how we can stop you women from hurting because it is our fault.
All right, so guys, you guys got to watch that video. It's pretty hilarious. So listen, I got to get the fuck up out of here. It might be a show tonight. I know me and Donnie's supposed to hook up, but if we do another brother appeal, it will be why are white women more submissive to black, or why are black women more submissive to white men? So that's gonna be a brother appeal that we've been really looking to do, and I'm pretty sure if I do that one, it's gonna be about 500 niggas in the goddamn chat that day. So that might be tonight. It might not be tonight. I don't know. But if we do a brother appeal with me, LAR, and Steve, that would be the topic. It will be why are black women more submissive to white men? That's going to be the topic of the actual show. So it's going to be a really good controversial stream.
Wait, what's the topic?
Why are black women more submissive to white men than black men?
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that was going to be a killer. So because remember I shared that video with you on Facebook about all the white black women that were submissive. But anyways, I got to get the fuck up out of here. White men have better credit. Mr. Grandeur. Okay, guys. Thank you. Appreciate you guys. I got to get the fuck out of here. I'm hungry. Thank you for the dude that called in and sung that shit to Steve. Peace.
Really, that's fucked up. Peace, man. That's fucked up.